Oh no, I knew I was muted, guys. Don't worry. Hey, welcome to Chaotic Calling Streaming, where we play Dungeons and Dragons almost 5 nights a week. Pretty much 5 nights a week. Let me go ahead and kill the media. I know I forgot to turn it on sooner, so you guys were still listening to nothing. My apologies. But welcome to our Curse of Strahd game. We are going to be addressing some issues or situations that came up. Let me move this a little closer. So we've been at it for at least 12 weeks, right? 13, I think. This would be 14, considering session 0.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
at the beginning of this whole campaign, I believe the COVID-19 struck, the pandemic hit, and we were starting to have people, having to be locked away in home. Quarantine, where we kind of like had a slowdown in business and stuff like that. And 3 of our players will be officially leaving, with Murdoch going ahead and taking his leave because his work got hectic, and everybody else, as far as I know, I think just had to go get new jobs or their work picked back up, and it just collided with the scheduling and whatnot. So with that information, with Murdoch going down, I kind of like had a discussion like, what should we do about our Curse of Strahd campaign? Because we have gotten pretty far in it, and I don't think it's worth replacing players at this point. So we're going to try to improv it a little bit, try to push it in a direction. Maybe we could even get all of the details that we want to like do in the game, and maybe even narrate it more than actually going into a roleplay scenario where we're loosely just talking and stuff. Basically, we're going to try to speed run the rest of the game, try to get it to a natural ending, and with that, we will put a pin on this and maybe have these characters come back in the future, depending upon what happens to them, if they survive, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, let me go grab my original notes. No, I need to open up a notepad real quick. And yeah, like I said, this has been a task and a duty, I feel, for myself, because one, Wizards of the Coast, a lot of respect for the way they allow us to tell stories. And with Curse of Strahd being one of those main staple stories that have been in, almost every edition, or at least some rendition of it. It's definitely one of those tales that I wanted to keep faithful to. But the more I kept playing into it, it's like I just realized that you gotta take the reins at one point and just make it your own, because the modules has a lot of information and it's scattered all over the place. So hopefully, what we're going to do to get to the end is going to be what we need to actually, bring us to a good conclusion. But with nothing else left to say or do, let's get right into it. We are joined by brave adventurers who have journeyed into this mist, either by their own volitions or not. Who cares? Not my problem. They're here anyway. We have Dravos Dravidigus.
Hello.
I have Julius Guy written down, but what's the new name again?
Moria. I actually got it based off of a heavy metal music called Moria.
You can say hello.
Oh, hello.
And Baywin should be with us a little bit later, and hopefully he will, and then we can catch him up on everything. And then we have Alex.
Greetings and salutations.
So I'll do a recap as best as I can remember it. Help me fill in the blanks. And we're kind of going to be in a narrative mode, so we can definitely like chime in with a narrative piece and then recollect it, and then I'll go through the description with all the information that we have. We finally got to meet Strahd, at least we think we did, as he invited us to Ravenloft to partake in a meal and have a conversation. He was a little disappointed you did not bring Irina with you, and you guys spent most of your time after he disappeared for no reason, exploring Castle Ravenloft. Most of your searches produced some conflicts. You had a couple fights, and then you managed to find Gertruda, one of the missing girls. Pardon me. Somebody has left a follow. Thank you, the purple guy William. Interesting name. But yes, we went into Castle Ravenloft, found Gertrude, and then we found a secret room behind the fireplace. Put out the fire, went into the room, and Gravels was off that week, so we kind of let our Oria, or Julia at the time, go in there, and she opened up a box. Gas was spread into the room, and she failed her save. She was out for 4 hours. Everybody else, like Julia, walked into the room, and everybody failed their save, and it was a beautiful day. Everybody failed their saves, and she was successful in getting everybody knocked out. So this caps us back to the last session where you wake up and there was a couple of you hanging from the ceiling with chains, and there were a bunch of you who were tied up and gagged, and you realize your blood has been let out as like a needle was stuck into your veins, and there's this long tube leading into like a metallic cistern or some kind of collecting apparatus, and you just been bleed dry, so you woke up with 1 HP and hardly any awareness of what's going on around you. On top of that, you got to meet a witch who brought you here, and eventually you get to meet Strahd von Serovich himself. I believe Dravos burned through his bindings, or at least his mouth gag, so he was able to talk. And he spent time revealing Julia's secrets to the group, as she was no longer Julia, but he let them know, oh, by the way, this is Julia. Don't you just love what she done to her hair? Just divine. Okay, maybe he didn't say it like that, but there was a conversation.
Yeah, I think Julia was denying every single thing about it. Or Oria in this case.
Yeah, Draven still saw her as a friend either way, so.
Hold on one second. Yeah, that tag is left over from our Friday game where we actually did play with viewers, and I forgot to take it off. I'll probably do that if it's a big misconception there. At any rate, these fine fellows were left there, and he said, Escher, bring me Gertrude, will you? And Gertrude was brought into the room, where he took a bite of her neck, made her collapse, and she was presented to them dead. And Strahd said to them before he left, I have a task for you. If you want to see that girl alive again, I have the power. And if you do me this one task and find Van Richten and bring me his head, I will bring that girl back to life for you. And then he walks out, leaving him with Escher. Escher just kind of like stood there watching them struggle to get out of their bonds. But they were all still weakened, still beaten and bruised. And it was a fun fiasco. Eventually, you all get freed. I think he eventually got the key after everybody kept struggling on their own. And with that, you were all left to your own devices. And I think the main thing you wanted to do was go upstairs and get your equipment, because Escher had told you that the witches took them. So with that, you all start to explore the upstairs, and Escher is just casually walking behind you guys, making sure everything's peachy-dory. And then you walk into a room where there are 3 green eyes staring at you from the darkness. These would be the would-be witches' familiars, who alerted the witches that you guys were exploring their rooms in a sneakily manner. And as soon as the door opened, a sleep spell goes off, and gee, you know how easy it is to put people to sleep when they have nearly 1 HP? Not too hard. And yeah, it's been a good deterrent.
Yeah, so I found out the hard way.
Yes, it definitely paid off for the witches. But eventually believe Baywin did it, didn't he? Where he convinced Escher to convince these witches that we're just here to get our stuff. We're gonna go do a deed for Strahd, and then we're gonna leave. And Escher just kind of like takes over the situation. Now, ladies, no need to fight over me. No. And he silences that fight. The players get their equipment, and they GTFO out of Ravenloft. They put as much room between them and Ravenloft as they could. They found the mechanisms to the drawbridge. They dispelled magic, the mechanisms to release it. And then they quickly made their way across the drawbridge and left in a hurry. At which point, we are in a venue where you are traveling from Strahd's domain to Vallaki, where you plan to head to start tracking down the would-be vampire hunter. And somewhere between
Which,
this
as I figured
trip,
out, was 8.2 miles from
Yeah.
Ravenloft Castle to Vallaki.
So on top of that, though, Murdoch in this situation, since we want to give him a proper send-off, there's like an army of badgers that are just sitting atop of a hill. Murdoch looks up to him and says, "Friends, I must go see what they want real quick." And he converses with the badgers. And then he looks back at you and he's like, "I've made a grave mistake, my friends. I've trapped these poor badgers here. I must go and take care of them and find others." And then the badgers carry King Murdoch away into the wilderness as he goes on a valiant quest to find a new home for his badger kin. That's
Farewell,
unfortunate.
Murdoch. Be safe and be fair.
It's unfortunate.
Well, at least he won't be stealing alcohol anymore.
Oh, he'll probably. Oh, you know what? You see him continue up the road to Vallaki, and right as you guys go into Vallaki, you can definitely tell he's going for the Wizards of the Wine. His trail is heading west, so he's not done with that old man yet, it seems. But no, you guys managed to make it back to Vallaki, and what we're going to try to do, and it's going to be a little tricky for us, but it won't be technically a D&D structured game, but there will still be dice rolls. We will try to get that out there. But we're going to try to narrate ourselves towards an ending, or at least try to get through some of the chunks in a narrative manner, more than a playthrough sketch. But if we feel like it needs to be drawn out and we want to play out a fight scene, then by all means, players, feel free to say, let's do that. But at this point, you are back in Vallaki. Let's put you back at the Blue Inn Tavern where you are searching for Esmeralda, right? Or what is the intent? This is going to be the big question. I'm going to say, what is your intent while you're in Vallaki? You guys take a moment, think about it, and then tell me what the intent is or what you want to do.
Well, I think while we're on the road, I think we would have the discussion on where we would go once we got there, and then once we got to Vallaki, we would figure out what we're doing while we're there.
Mhm.
Well, I know my character has two goals. One, screw with Strahd over, so either something with Irina, and B, find that vampire hunter to screw Strahd again.
we're just out to screw him over.
Alexander.
I second both these motions.
All right, what you got for us, Alex?
Alexander has the intention of trying to get in connection with his special friend, and seeing how Strahd made him bleed all the way down to near death, he wants to repay that favor.
You know, bleeding a
I
vampire is
think
like bleeding a
Dravos
turnip.
would be. I think Dravos would be very, very upset given the fact that Strahd was able to get the jump on him like that. Like at this point, he is like so mad with how easily Strahd got the better of him that like I don't think even thunder would affect him right now.
All right, so let's keep. So now,
You're good.
oh, I thought I
Go ahead,
the
start.
call. I'm sorry. All right. So basically, at this point, you all travel back to Vallaki. So we're going to say you're at the Blue Tavern Inn. So like, yeah, here. What's your itinerary? What are you doing? I will tell you this. the outdoor scenery where it used to be wolf pike heads and stuff like that has been taken down, and there's like a big pyre that is being built with the shape of a sun emblem.
Hmm.
As you were kind of like coming back into the main thoroughfare.
Well, here's my intention. If we're at the Blue Moon Inn and they're setting us up, I'm actually gonna go find Irina and tell her about my experiences a little bit with Strahd, and then ask for her help finding this Van Richten or Esmeralda.
No, right? OBS is
I
telling me
think
it doesn't want to work.
Dravos would go to the nearest actual bar and see if
You're
he
already
can
there.
find information. Oh,
Yeah,
well, I
keep in
think
mind,
I'd,
you're in the Blue Tavern Inn. Listen to the narrative
yeah.
because we're working on it together, all right?
I think I would keep, for lack of better words, I'd keep an ear open to see if I can hear any whispers of the vampire hunter. To try to
Make
get a bit of
make a
info.
make a perception. Oh, excuse me. And make an
Yep, not with
investigation
that.
for you.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna pay Dravos advantage just because that is sad.
Oh, tune that ones.
Getting the ones out of the system. Hold on, I didn't get
14
my,
on that then.
I didn't get my clusters yet. Now I got my clusters. By the way, for those who are just now following and watching, the longer you watch the channel, you're going to start earning some cookie clusters. And what you just saw happen is Moonbeam claiming an advantage roll for our friend Dravos. And Dravos got a 14 now, and Oria got a 14 as well. So one thing I need to clarify with Oria, do you turn back into Julia, or do you just stay the way you are?
You know, I would turn back into Julia as I walk over because I don't think, Ismark would recognize a random tiefling walking straight into Irina and be like, hold up, come over, hang out with me. He's gonna be like, what the hell is that thing? Who the hell are you?
Who the devil are you? Are you a Strahd? I will take care of you with my blade. Right, yeah. So, okay, yeah, I figured you would. Alright, so yeah, you would manage to find her, and you notice the church is where she's been hanging out at, and it's been more fortified, and the room doors have been kind of like giving more locks and stuff, ways to secure the doors even further from inside, and just the one room that Ismark is currently like lumbering over, like he's got some plywood that he's working with, and he's trying to, double enforce the door's thickness, if that makes sense. And he's just kind of like working there, and Irina's just sitting in a bed nearby, just contemplating by herself.
Well, I would walk up to her and go like, hello, not much time to talk. Do you think we could go somewhere private? You could bring your brother with you as well.
Is this about your visit? I'm so glad you're okay. Yeah. Remember, she saw you guys leave. So yeah,
I was gonna say like, yes, definitely.
Oh, that's good news, I think. And her and Ismark will join you wherever you want to go.
Just a private room, hopefully with no seeing eyes everywhere.
You want to take them back to Blue Tavern Inn, or just stay here at the temple? Or...
No, we're gonna stay in the church because I'd rather not be where multiple people are, since Strahd has eyes everywhere.
In that case, the door is shut as Ismark puts down some tools. Like, well, it's good to see you again, friend.
It's nice to see you again, the Greater. But I have important things to talk to you about.
Yeah, we were very worried about your situation when you left. Irina chimes in.
Yeah, and I think you should be a little bit more worried about my return. But Irina, will you make sure your brother doesn't freak out?
I don't know if I have that control. Yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna say, like, you just see Julia like clap 4 times and then just call out her actual name, Oria, and just poof, turns back into her original form.
There's a gasp. And tell us what this original form is again for anybody who's just now watching.
Oh, this original form is actually a reddish-hued tiefling with massive, kind of red-brown horns. That's actually wearing a little bit more, instead of scholarly robes, it's more of a witchy style kind of robe that goes up to her arm, half her arm length, with thigh-high boots, a black belt, and gold trim. She kind of doesn't look like a poor scholar. She kind of looks like she actually spent a lot of money on being a tailor, you know?
And now that you have their attention, they kind of like gasp for a minute because they didn't realize you were disguised. And
well, Irina did.
Yeah, and they just kind of like look at you like, well, if this is who you are.
I'm only showing you this now is because I feel like Irina is going to be in much more danger now, and I'd rather get her out than having Strahd be near her.
But you returned the bones. She should be perfectly fine here for sure now. The priest has told me that it should be perfectly safe now.
I could believe that, but based on how pissed off Strahd was when she wasn't with us, I think he has a plan again. And also, if you remember correctly, those bones were stolen once. They could be stolen again. But I'm not here to. I was just. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to get to a narrative here. Irina would just kind of like nod at the fact that you hiding who you really are does make sense, though. For the less that people know of you here, the easier it is to hide from him. Alas, and she kind of like rubs her neck. He's got the heart, so it would be impossible for me to hide from him for very long.
That's kind of why I recommend we take you somewhere farther from his reach, to the point where even he would struggle to get you. Do you know any spots that might help you out in that way? Is there a part of the spot that you feel safe at?
There's hardly anywhere more stable than the city, is Markchime. Like, this was the whole projection, this was the whole plan, this is where everything lied, this is where the hope of Barovia is. This is it. This is the last sanctioned, civilization of lives that are put together to ban against Strahd. But they hide behind their walls in hope that nothing ill comes, thanks to their Burgermeister.
That may be true, but I'm just feeling like it's going to be a ticking time bomb. It's either A, he'll just wait for her to eventually slip up, or B, he's going to storm in and get her. But that's why I have a second idea.
Well, as far as location, we have none. This was the only one we could chance.
That's kind of why we should make more allies, but I'm going to have to investigate a little bit, and that's also why I want to ask, and I want to talk to Irina a bit more about herself, because I have to figure out if this person's willing to help us out. I'm trying to think if I could talk to Isaac to see if he can help us out, since he seems to be, happy with Irina.
Alright, so yeah, what's the intent of how you want to spin this? Because we are going to try to narrate this a little bit. So
the thing how I'm going to spin it is that I'm going to have Irina give me details about herself such that I can impersonate her, so that I could go to Isaac, see how he reacts. If he's positive, then I'll take him back to Irina. So in a sense, think of him as...
Interesting, alright. I see your intent there. Alright, while you're spending time doing that, I'm going to go ahead and give the other players a chance. Dravos,
I do want to mention one thing, though.
Oh, yes, please.
After I do all that, I'm going to go meet the group again.
Alright. Well, okay, let's give him a moment with you gone, and then we'll get you back in there. Alright, so...
Okay.
Dravos, let's start with you. You made a roll earlier, and this was to listen in for information about Van Richten, right?
Yes. Yes, the vampire hunter.
There's really no talk of him directly for quite a while. And I guess at the same point, this would be the time that not only Julia comes back, but the gypsy like woman, the black hair and hood over her hair, and she comes and takes the table kind of like off into the distance, and she just seems to be people watching. Like she's looking for somebody, and you would recognize this as Esmeralda, who, is trying to keep to herself, but at the same time, she's trying to mask her entire identity, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
is there,
think
is
I
there
would
anything?
sit beside her, and in a hushed tone, so nobody's like listening in or eavesdropping. Just be like, "Hey, Esmeralda, how are you? Are you looking for anybody in particular?"
Give me a hot moment to remember how to spell her name, so I can find her token and read shit real quick. Oh my god, how do you spell Esmeralda? Does it start with an E? I think it starts with an E. I don't know. Figure it out here in a minute. This is why I don't really like. Oh, see, that threw me off. Look at this bullshit. You see this chat? EZ, not. Yeah, alright, whatever. Get out of here. Starts with an E and a letter Z. And for those who don't know what Esmeralda looks like, I will show you this. But she is wearing like a hood over her hair and trying to keep quiet. Like her whole demeanor is like to stay in the background, not be noticed.
Oh, she's badass. She has a robot-like tail.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, what do you go over there to ask her again? I'm sorry.
I like I said, I sit beside her, and in a hushed whisper, I say, "Hello, Esmeralda. How are you this evening? Is there anybody in particular you're looking for?"
Yes, I am looking for Van Richten. Have you seen him?
No, I have not, but I too am looking for him. So if you see him, send
Oh.
him my way, please.
Well, it's going to be a tough task either way.
Yes, you wouldn't by chance have any leads on him at the current, do you?
No, I don't. I do not at this point, no. But I think he might be interested in this place. I've heard things about this place. That have you heard of
I,
And she gets real quiet too. Have you heard of were ravens?
um, yes and no. Heard of them? No, but I've seen a few. I don't really know much about them, but I've seen them.
Do you realize this place here is a haven for them?
Say again.
This place is a haven for them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is
No.
definitely interesting.
This silly module, I swear to God. I want to find all my tokens that I'm going to need, and it's taking me. Okay, yeah, we're going to throw this module in the trash. First day break. I mean, what?
What?
Nothing. Frustrated right now. Sorry.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
Okay. Found
Well,
tokens I'm looking for.
well, Esmeralda, I am going to go sit across the room. If you by chance see or hear anything about him, come let me know, and I will do the same.
Alright. Very well.
I figure two sets of ears are better than one, if you know what I am saying.
Very well.
And I will literally go to the other side of the room and
Mhm.
find a spot in a corner and sit and continue doing the same thing.
All right, Alex, what are you doing in the meantime? What?
Well, I'm generally just trying to translate the rest of my scrolls, as they have become more important to him at the moment, as they
Uh,
could hold information that could be useful.
Give me intent towards the storyline. Like, if it doesn't seem like it makes sense, then
Um,
it's not something I want to know.
with the intention of he's trying to find information that could be useful against vampires within the scrolls.
All right, so you're just reading then.
Mhm.
Yeah, like your order or your deities aren't necessarily in cahoots or have information exactly on vampiric natures. Uh,
Mhm.
Only thing I think you would get in your whole run-in is, and it's not even information in the scrolls, it's just something you overhear, is something about the Amber Temple that you kept hearing Dravos droning on and on about. Like, if there's an answer, it might be there.
Mhm.
Other than that, that's all you get. And about this time, Julia makes it back from her expedition, and you can relay your plans with the group.
Well, before I go in, I'm gonna actually de-transform from. Well, I'm not gonna transform back into Julia. I'm gonna back to Oria and just walk back to Dravos' table and go like, "Hey, did you get anything so far?"
Dravos!
Oh,
Dravis.
sorry, I forgot that I had my mic muted.
Welcome back.
In a hushed tone, not quite a whisper, but not like yelling or anything, just a hushed tone. Drevis is gonna be like, not yet, but Esmeralda is here, and he points to her across the room. She is also looking for him, and so we decided to double up on searching for him by keeping our ears open and splitting the bar in half pretty much by listening, at opposite ends.
Well, what I also think we should do is we should set up a time with her to meet to maybe collect our informations together, and also maybe if she could help us out, come with us to the Amber Temple. Maybe we'll find Van Richten there as
If
well.
you want, would you mind going and talking to her about that while I keep my ears open here for any information about Van Richten?
Then, before I go off to talk to her, I have to tell you my plan with Irina.
Yes.
I plan to. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying yes.
I'm gonna plan to impersonate her so that I can find Isaac and see if he's a threat or not to her. But I might need a little protection in the back if he starts to be aggressive, so. But I'm gonna just run if I get the chance, and we're gonna see if he's friendly with Irina or not, you know?
Mm, Let me know before you do, and I will come with you.
Thank you. And I would also tell that to Alex, although, depending if he's paying attention while he's looking through his scrolls.
Alex will overhear. However, he doesn't seem to give a verbal response.
Alright, then I'm gonna head off to Esmeralda's table.
You can actually do that.
And then I would actually kind of, instead of being smooth about it, I would just kind of just tell her in a hushed tone again. Just kind of like, is it possible we could set up a time? My yellow friend there told me about you looking for this Van Richten, and I'm hoping we can combine our knowledges together if you have the time.
Yes. When would you be available?
Let's go somewhere that's less likely to have the eyes looking at us. And also, probably later at the night.
Dravos, coming down the stairs, you see Rictavio, our very talkative storyteller who makes his way over to the bar. Making make an
what?
insight. I had to think. I was thinking insight or perception. Insight. As he starts walking down the stairs,
Uh,
as you are,
insight.
you are a little
Before I
bit.
do that, I'm gonna buy myself advantage right
You don't
quick.
have to buy it yet.
Just
Roll it first, and then you can buy it.
okay.
Like
So
that's the beauty of the
insight,
cookie club.
18. I didn't need it.
There you go. So Rictavio comes down, and you see him stare towards Esmeralda's table as Julia's talking to her, and he freezes for a moment. And you recognize his motion as being he recognizes her, and then he seems to like regather himself and then walks to the bar like nothing happened.
I think I would approach him at the bar by sitting next to him. If this darn thing will let me drag my token.
Also, I'm just kind of laughing because you just see this dragonborn just shifting chairs constantly around the entire bar.
Yeah.
And once I get up there beside him, I'm like, "Hey, Rictavio, how are you doing, my friend?"
Dravos, was it? Oh, good day. How are you?
Yes, I am doing well. I see you noticed a friend of mine.
Hmm?
Seems you spotting her made you a little uneasy. Do you have some bad blood between you?
I don't
asked
know
in
what
a
you.
pleasant manner.
I know not what you speak of, my friend.
Oh, come on, Rictavio. I mean, we're both grown men here, and there's no reason to lie to each other. I very easily noticed it when as you were coming down the stairs, my friend. Here, let me buy you a drink. What would you like?
No, that's quite all right. You don't have to buy me a drink.
You sure?
I am positive. Dravos, while this conversation's happening, I'll let you make another insight or perception on this. You get to pick.
They're both about the same, so I'll go insight.
Nice.
22.
Every time you keep pointing out Esmeralda, you definitely get those flickers of recognition. And it's like he's trying to hide himself from her, and you're making it uneasy for him at the moment. Can we please just change the subject, friend? I really don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. I'm just curious because it worries me a little when I see one friend trying to shy away from another one of my friends.
Well, let me ask you
I'm
this,
just
my
curious.
friend. Let me ask you this then. How did you two become friends?
We've met a little while back, and she done right by me, so she earned a little bit of good favor with me. So same with you, we met, we became on good terms. I figured, as far as I'm concerned, I consider us friends. So
So what is your
Pretty much.
intention with her?
Business, to be honest.
Oh, what kind of business?
We're both looking for the same person.
Oh, what are you looking for?
A fellow by the name of Van Richten. I need to acquire some knowledge that I was told that he has.
Make another insight check.
And this time I will buy myself advantage.
Well, this time you'll also deal with the deception roll as well.
Right. This button. That one.
You better roll high. He's not even trained in it, but he's so wise.
Alright, so there's the advantage roll.
Go for it. Yep, reroll.
24. nat 20.
Wow! Hey, we're progressing the story.
Oh,
Congratulations, you just unlocked the story, my friend. You see him. All right, so let's see here. What was the last thing you said? Okay, you're looking for Octavio. You see him shudder at that. He's like, no, she shouldn't be looking for me. He just kind of like let that out after you kind of like your insight check allowed that situation just to happen. Otherwise, he was going to be stoic and not say a damn word. But you hear him say, she shouldn't be looking for me.
Really?
I mean, no, I don't know what she's about.
Look. I have no idea what she is interested in a hushed whisper looking for you for. But I have business to conduct on a completely separate matter.
No, it's your business.
With that said, I mean, I did tell her and gave my word that I would let her know if I seen Van Richten, and well, here you are.
Not so loud.
Yeah, not loud.
Yeah, and he tells
stayed
you.
in a high
He
school.
said tell you what. Gather your friends. Gather Esmeralda. Meet me upstairs.
Mhm.
And he tells you what room he's in. Bring everybody in. We will talk upstairs.
Okay, I will be there in just a moment with my friends and her.
Very well.
And I go over here to gather them. And I come over here. Hey guys, I found him, and he's in. And I'm not speaking loudly at all. I'm just like, he's in this room. He said,
You idiot!
"Come on up."
I should have been more specific. Yeah, you said you found him, and that's like Van Richten was going up the stairs, and he clearly slapped his forehead like that, and just kept going.
I just kind of saved one. Can I roll like perception on Dravos to see if he should be talking about stuff?
I mean, he just clearly talked to you about it. I mean, what are you trying to perceive what he's already said?
Oh no, I'm trying to more like decept a way to make it seem like it's less obvious. Like,
Well, it depends
I
if
don't
you're
know.
saying something deceptive to throw it off. Like,
That's the plan, but
well, what do you say?
I'm not
is
gonna
the
do it unless
question.
you lie.
I mean, I will if I know what you're saying.
Oh, are you looking for? Oh, did you find Isaac?
Yes, I did. Drevo says questioningly.
Don't worry, you don't have to roll for it. Whatever thing you would have brought on has been diverted.
Okay.
But I basically be going like, what? I have a meeting with Esmeralda later on. The acquaintance you met. But are you saying I can encounter Isaac, or do you have different matters right now?
Well, Isaac said to come now because he's got other business here later, so we should probably go now.
Wait,
I would-
Isaac's in the building?
Then I shall leave you to your business, Esmeralda says.
And I lean closer to Esmeralda and like whisper in her ear. And
Oh my. She like brings a face over to Julia in retort, and it's like, is he trying to eat me?
No,
I literally nod.
He wants you to come up as well. Still
I
in a whisper.
go like minor illusion, and I go like, he's trusted. Minor illusion, whisper into her ear.
Okay. Why is everybody getting into my head? Ooh, all this headspace talk. All right, big boy. I'll go with you. There's like 3 or 4 guys in the bar that just drops their jaws like, what? And she stands up and saunters towards wherever you're trying to lead her. So where are you taking them?
Upstairs to the room that he told me. Because
Alright,
you didn't actually give me a
Oh,
room
no.
number
I
or
made it
anything.
nondescript because I didn't know where I was going to end up. So you meet, well, if I was able to move your token, where'd it go? Damn it,
It's
Dravo,
literally
stay the
still
fuck still.
downstairs.
Yeah, because you moved it on me, you jerk. Alright, I'll bring you upstairs. Dravos is in front of the door that you need to be at. Alex, are you going too?
Alex will not go upstairs as he has other business to attend to.
Well, Alex and
And
Baywin will
before
hold down the
going-
fort.
And before going in, Dravos will knock on the door.
All right, there's a knock at the door. Quickly, Rictavio, the flamboyant storyteller, ushers you all inside. Please come inside. Come.
Oh, this is not Isaac, dude. This is Rictavio. Did you mistake Isaac again?
Close the door, please.
Yeah,
Julia.
He shuts it behind Julia, and then says, "No, wait. Why are you looking for Isaac?"
For other reasons, but yeah, I think I was just filling him in because he was trying to say something subtle, but I don't know. Dravos, do you mind if you explain?
Okay, so and I'm just like not speaking really loud, just not exactly a hushed whisper, but just keeping my voice a little quiet, just in case anybody's on the outside of the door. Okay, so you know how we were looking for Van Richten?
Surprise! And
here
he
he
shapeshifts
is.
into the form of Van Richten, as Rictavio has been all along. Van Richten in disguise. And Esmeralda goes, "Van Richten, finally I found you!" And she goes over to hug him. And he's like, "No, Esmeralda, please don't get too close to me. How many times must I remind you that if you get too close to me, you'll only get hurt?" "Yes, I am Van Richten. And how may I be of service?"
Well, so we were tasked by Strahd to attempt to assassinate you, but we don't want to. We would rather team up with you, but we also have other things we need to do before we can go after Strahd, and it's a whole long spiel. Julia, would you like to help me with this?
I'm gonna take straight up though. Julia's gonna like have her jaw drop, just staring at Dravos, going like, "How the hell do you find Richten this fast?"
Very luckily.
Very indeed. Yeah, he was here the
Like,
whole time.
that's
But,
what I'm trying to say. It's like Julia's like just like, "The hell? I thought he was not a great dragonborn." Okay,
Yeah.
he gained some brownie points with me. Holy crap!
Yeah.
But
so
then I
just
kind of like, "Oh,
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, like, what he did is he took a hat off, and his disguise just fell apart. And now you see before you this half-elf man who's just, a shell of what he was. And you can see on one of his fingers he's got like a special ring and whatnot. And what else do I need to tell you about Van Richten here? Well, it just depends if you talk to him at this point. It's definitely a very elderly gentleman.
well, I would kind of like after catching my, brain from being rattled by the sudden usefulness of Dravos popping out of nowhere. I'm like, cool. Yeah, right. So here's the thing, and don't feel weirded out, but Strahd asked us to find you and possibly eliminate you.
Yes, that sounds like what Strahd would do. Makes perfect sense.
And I'm gonna tell you straight up, I ain't gonna do that since Strahd had humiliated me, so I take that personally.
Same.
You've had a recent run-in with him then. Care to
Indeed.
elaborate?
Not
Well,
really.
I was gonna say I can elaborate in a sense of like, well, one thing I'm worried about being here, which I hope you are aware of his eyes everywhere. After we discovered the bones. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, he just kind of like raises his hand and shows you a ring on his finger. That's why I keep this, but go on.
Well, after we returned the bones, he invited us for dinner. We went there, try to have dinner. Then, like the terrible host he is, he just disappears.
Don't you hate it when they do that?
Yep.
Indeed. So then we just explored. Found a girl that he eventually murdered in front of us. Got caught.
Oh no.
Chained us up.
He did what? Esmeralda is listening intently and just
Oh
trying to
yeah, I
say.
was hanging from the ceiling, chained up.
Well, you
Yeah,
do
he
look
could
like
have
you
took
would be a
overboard
threat.
too.
I mean, to be
He took
fair, you.
overboard too.
Oh well, then he's got your scent for good, then, doesn't he?
Like literally had them drain us of our blood till we were darn near dead.
And then we had to deal with that. I don't know. Should we say he's a nice vampire, or should we just say he's a dick vampire? The Eskel person.
Yeah, I'm not even sure
The
they know
jury's
about
still
him.
out on that one.
I was just talking about Escher or something like that. The
Yeah,
weird
Escher,
flamboyant
yeah.
vampire.
Yeah, Escher. Yeah, he was an interesting character to play.
We'll just say he's an interesting vampire.
I see.
Anyway,
So-
he helped us to get out. We met witches. Then we got back here after we escaped Ravenloft.
So you made it there in one piece, and you managed to make it out alive. That's an achievement nonetheless. I agree, that is... You're very lucky to be alive right now. He apparently must be wanting to toy with you.
Also, he wants you dead. He wants us to do it. We would rather team up with you. We also need to go to the Amber Caves. And yeah,
Temple we talked about, yes.
or yes, the Amber Temple. Which apparently I now have 2 reasons for going, because now apparently my deity wants me to go there as well.
Baywin's on.
Hey, Baywin, welcome. I was about to say
Hey!
Hey, babe,
How's it going, guys?
Oh, yeah. Definitely got a lot of catching up here. We're gonna try to narrate this story to an end, but we're finding ourselves definitely getting lost in the story still, so there's still a lot to tell. But for right
I was
now,
just gonna
Baywin...
say, though. Oh, go ahead,
No,
go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to let him know that his scene will start in the tavern. Like, we made it back to Vallaki. Everything, like, we had to let Murdoch wander off because all those badgers he summoned don't have a home, and he's got to lead them to the promised land. So Murdoch is going to lead his army of badgers elsewhere. The King Murdoch, may he reign. But yeah, we lost Murdoch because of his work being swamped and whatnot. So we've kind of come to the conclusion that we're going to try to narrate most of the story if we can. Try to skip some combat situations if necessary. But if there's anything we want to roleplay out, like what we're doing right now, we're definitely going to try to do that at least. So with that in mind, Baywin,
Okay.
welcome.
Sure.
And we're going to try to keep this going for however long it lasts. But but right now they have discovered where Van Richten is. He was Rictavio the entire time. And Rictavio is currently talking to them about their plans from this point on. So, continue, Julie. Or Ori.
Let's go for Arya. I'll just introduce the group. It's like, but I feel insulting. You guys barely even know our names yet.
You are definitely a new creature that they haven't really been paying attention to, huh?
Yeah. And I
They-
basically kind of point out, like, I'll go for it.
Because you're not Julia right now, and they only met you as Julie. Unless the voice sounds similar. Because I think
Probably
Rictav-
similar. I don't have the actor's feed, so it sounds
Yeah.
similar.
So Rictavio might be like, are you Julie? You must be using the same
Yes,
tricks that I've been
Rictavio,
using.
That is Julia.
I just kind of showed an example by snapping my finger once,
Mhm.
saying Julia, and then pop.
Ah, that's a fine trick indeed. And he puts this hat back on and he turns back into Rictavio.
Oh, watch me do this. Like, keep snapping, turn into this weird female dwarf that just
All
looks like a
right,
salesperson.
you're pushing
jumped in.
your luck with my amusement. Please get to the point.
Just saying that I have many identities, but as I was saying before we forget, what I was hoping we can solve is not only to destroy Strahd, but also to help this land recover. And I was hoping you have any leads that might help us out besides the Amber Temple.
Yes, I was working on something, which is why I have been here for quite some time. Esmeralda, I imagine you've already assumed this as well, correct? that you're looking for the were ravens. Yes, yes. I believe that the keeper of the inn has a dealing with these were ravens that I'm looking for. Hold on one second. I gotta remember what he called or what they're called.
No, the keeper of this inn's father has a connection with these ravens.
Keepers
There
of
were
feather. Yeah.
there was lots of them at his vineyard.
Was there now? Well,
Yes.
it's been. I've been working quietly to learn more without raising any ire or any design to my plans. So I've been trying to learn more about the Keepers of the Feather, and it kind of led me here. And I've been sitting here for a couple of weeks, and then you guys came along, and you mean to tell me you've been dealing with them before? This would have been
We
useful.
They
had a
literally-
run-in with them. We didn't exactly deal with them. We just had a run-in with them.
I
They
see.
rescued us when we fought some barbarians.
Yes.
But this is good. That means they're willing to work, and you guys might have a way to talk to them and ledger their favor. This might still work. So you can see like a smug smile on his face as the wheels are turning upstairs.
Right.
Oh, he's got a plan, it seems.
But I
Esmeralda.
would like to ask you, I'll just call you Rictavio because that's what I know you by, and it's
Fair.
easier for me to say.
Oh yes,
And
please.
it
Let's not use the
It keeps a name that you don't want known.
exactly. Please continue.
Yeah. So, Rictavio, I was wondering if there was any way that you could help us with the Ember Temple.
Well, if you assume there's something there that we can use to aid us in this fight, I and Esmeralda, I don't want to speak for you, but you've been looking for me this entire time. Would you be impartial to joining them and helping them find what they might need? Oh, yes, definitely. When do we leave?
And Dravos would look at Julie and be like, well, I have no quarrels with going as soon as possible, but I believe that the rest of our group might need a little more time. I'm not exactly sure. I would have to talk to them first.
We definitely do, and I know I need to finish something up because, and I don't know if you two know, but Strahd has marked someone in this town that I'm
Shush. Don't say his name.
trying to avoid saying it. I failed
Yeah,
so
Rick-
hard now, didn't I?
Yeah, Rictavio just snaps on you for a quick second, like, I go through great measures to make sure the devil's name is never said. Please, you must practice the same caution. Otherwise, he knows where you are. He knows what you're doing. You gotta leave. You must leave this room now. Let's start our trip tomorrow. Please, take your leave. Hurry, leave! Leave now!
Yes.
Yep, heading
Morning
out.
shall
Heading
be
out.
our
Heading
best
out.
bet.
Esmeralda, you go keep an eye on him. I must stay away. Why do you gotta keep this? And you kind of like hear them arguing for a moment while you were walking out. And she's like, why do you have to keep everybody at this? It's just, you know why. And there's a mention of a Vistani curse for a brief moment before the words kind of dull out. And you guys walk down to the bottom of the stairs, where you are joined by your other two allies, Alex and Baywin. And,
Nope.
where are you
After
sitting?
that,
Yeah, here. I'll put you there, and then I'll drag you down here. There you go.
oh, I wish I didn't say Strahd. I kept making jokes about Strahd, but now I got it stuck in my head.
Yeah,
Dang.
now there's a thing you got to pay attention to, because if you say it, I have to invoke the ideal that Strahd is actually watching this conversation.
Welcome back, Aurea and Dravos. I was able to ascertain some information from my scrolls.
That is good. If
Appa-
it is all right with you guys, we will be leaving at first light towards the Ember Temple, if y'all have no objections.
No, not at all. Could use the rest.
Mm,
I will say though, I'll be doing a little bit of business. So before we head off the morning, Should we explain to them our plan, or should we go on to my plan first?
Your choice.
I'll fill them in on a little bit of what occurred without saying Strahd's name. I'm going to call him Mr. B.
Everybody's
so I can
already
avoid it.
confused. And everybody's already confused unless they're considering B meaning
Who?
blood.
I'll explain it later when we're not in public.
Our former host.
Yes.
Thank you, Baywin. But anyway, yeah, I filled them in on basically what we're going to do with Rictavio and Esmeralda. When we're going to meet, where we're going to meet. And then I go straight into what I'm going to talk about with Isaac and Irina.
Well, Dravos, you said you had your god was sending you into the Amber Temple.
Yes.
Well, it would seem that the scrolls have fated that I am going into a Temple of Amber, and if we are lucky, it is of the same origin.
For now, we might assume.
Well, I am not sure how far deep the information is, and I may need to go further in than what your god needs you to do.
Do we know?
You are a companion of mine. I will go as far as needed to make sure that you gain what is needed, because you are going in there to help me as well. I shall help you in return.
What was Baywin saying?
I was going to ask, do we know anything about this Amber Temple?
I know that it has and I say this part in a hushed whisper, an artifact in it.
Oh, okay.
We also know that we have assistance for that area.
Okay. Do we know if this was a temple of the Morning Lord, or do we know other than the name Amber, Temple of Amber?
On that, we're not entirely sure. We might be able to inquire with our traveling companions along the way.
Okay. All right.
But there's no guarantees that they will know much more than we do.
Okay.
Well, once we get into the temple, I do not think of me as weird, but I will be speaking a different language. As this language, if this Temple of Amber has different properties, then this language that I know may be more useful than common.
Question: does anybody here have torches or anything that can create light just in case it's dark? I do not have dark vision.
I have my lantern.
I
can cast some light. That's what I was checking.
I have a cantrip of light and can cast that at any time.
Okay. I'm just making sure we have the ability to see.
Well, if it helps you out, Trevos, I'll also scout out ahead since, well, I can see farther than most of you.
We also don't want you so far ahead and get attacked that we can't see what's attacking you.
That's why I carry useful spells to get away from things, but I do appreciate the thought.
I just try to not do too much with thunder. You know what it does to me.
Well, hopefully we won't encounter as much, and hopefully you'll grow stronger from not hearing it. Who knows? But,
all right. Let me chime in here real quick, guys. If you'd be all right, let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break, because Mother Nature said something to me, and I don't agree with her, and I'm going to have a talk about it. But we're going to take a quick 5, and then when we get back into it, we're going to finish this off. Well, we're going to go ahead and get as far as we can, but I think we'll be making a trip to the Amber Temple soon. So stay tuned, everybody. Nice. We'll be right back. I'm not muted, but I unmuted. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let these guys come back too. Anyway, welcome back. We are coming back from break. They're just giving me a hard time as I'm coming back in. But at any rate, we're gonna get right back into the story here. Let me get a couple things shut down real quick here. I gotta turn off the media player on my side there, though. And yeah, okay, we still got music. All right, let's see here. We were discussing a plan before Mother Nature said you need to leave. Anyway, what are we doing, Julie? I think you're in control of this conversation, right?
Yeah, I was just about to explain to the party that, and since I want to make sure Baywin catches up, that I'm going to try to impersonate Irina, find Isaac, face his, how he reacts to seeing someone that looks like Irina, and determine whether or not we could try to persuade him to be a bodyguard to Irina.
But what if you're found out? People like Irina have a certain personality. Can you mock her personality well enough?
That's kind of why I talked to her a bit longer. My goal isn't to be Irina. My goal is to try to determine whether or not I could trust Isaac.
All right, so that's
But
the plan.
mannerisms are something that can be picked up on. You gotta be sure that you get it down.
That's why I asked for details that she would know that I did not know about her.
Do keep in mind, she does not she has no idea who this Isaac is.
Yeah, that's the problem too. So that's why I'm gonna kind of investigate that first. Because I don't want to accidentally be like, yeah, let's make him a bodyguard. Turned out that he's incredibly evil. Yeah, never mind. He's gonna murder her.
All right, so when do you want to do that? Now?
Oh, three of us is in. I want to see if the other two are in.
Put the sandwich down very slowly and answer the poor lady.
If I had to guess, it would probably be the best if it was only three of us that went. As if we just all walk up, it would be kind of suspicious, would it not?
Yes, it would, because he would think that she already has plenty of protection. If it's just me, I can make it seem like it's just me trying to protect her from the masses, and I could use an extra set of hands, if you know what I mean.
Well, I was just also going to mention, Dravos, if I take Baywin with me, he looks like an armored knight. I would like it if you can be kind of like a sniper in the background, or at least perceiving things that we wouldn't be able to see around up close, since you tend to be really good at spotting things. From what I just learned, because you just discovered the person we needed to find in less than 5 minutes.
True.
Yeah, I've got the chainmail, the shield, and the warhammer that's silvered. So yeah, I kind of look like a bodyguard potentially, or a guard.
So which of us uses swords?
I can use a sword.
I'm just thinking because of other things. I'm just trying to make sure who would be better off using a sword.
Gravos, you wandered away from the mic. Come closer, please.
No, my mic doesn't move.
Okay, then you move. I'm just saying you sound a little distant.
Mic test.
I can
sound
hear
like
him
it-
fine.
All right, maybe it's just.
I can hear him fine.
Well, if you guys can hear him, then I'll just continue losing my hearing.
Oh no, we made him mad. We turned him into squiggles.
Is that better?
No, whatever. It's fine. They can hear you. If somebody in chat doesn't hear them, then let me know so I can say I was right.
So even if I did want to go with you guys, it just seems like I would be more of a bother. In the sense that we would already have too many people. Why would he need to be another bodyguard?
Oh, you wouldn't be a bodyguard. You'd be assisting Dravos in perception. Another bit set of eyes is always great.
This is true. And you would also be able to, be able to spot anybody trying to come up on me from behind.
So let me see if I got this narrated correctly. What I am hearing is that she wishes to confront him by herself, but with help nearby just in case something happens. So you guys aren't directly being seen. Is that what I'm hearing?
Mm,
The only person that would be closest to being seen is really Baywin if he acts like the bodyguard,
Mm-hmm.
but everyone else would be hidden.
I want
Probably just to
you
prevent being attacked.
just to remind you guys, you do realize Isaac has met you all once. So he knows you're not all alone.
Oh yeah, I did forget about that.
Yeah, I figure I'd bring that up, but
He
that's
has.
it.
Oh yeah, he did meet me. Never mind.
Yep.
But he hasn't met Irina, which is why I'm impersonating it. Baywin, he didn't really meet too well. He just would think Baywin's as a mercenary.
All right. Well, tell me, when do you want to do this? Because I'm game right now. If you are.
I'm game
Well,
right
there's
now.
nothing else. There's nothing else to do unless people want to take a short rest to heal. Like, did we do that at all before?
If you haven't already, you're at full health. Like, I think you would had a full rest. Like, you would have had to sleep along the way. And then the Badger stole Murdoch at the break of dawn, and he had to march on his happy way at that point.
I
More
just wanted to check because I didn't change anything.
Yeah,
did
that's
we
fair.
regain
Yeah.
key points?
You had a long rest. Do what a
Okay.
long rest gives you. Save me some problems.
Then, let's start now. I got all my spells. I'm ready.
All right,
But-
let me-
Does anyone need to prep spells before we start? You know, like a ritual or anything, some sort of protection stuff?
Mm-mm.
I don't really know what spells that I would get that would be useful would even be. That's
I
why I
was
don't
just-
really use. That's why I don't really use spells. To be honest.
I only mention it because I remember Murdoch was the ritual guy. I don't know about Baywin. You're just straight paladin, right?
Look, Baywin was cleric, but it's been a while. What is Baywin?
Yeah. Then
Baywin stepped away
I don't
from
think
the
anyone
fight?
else has any. He's probably busy, but I'm not too worried. I think he has a paladin from him doing smites.
Oh, okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, he's Pally. Okay, cool.
So he doesn't have rituals. He just kind of maybe has a spell that could help, but he doesn't have to cast it if he doesn't want it to. Well, let's get the show on the road.
Where are you
Before I
gonna
do
go?
anything else,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for Isaac. But before we go anywhere else, I'm gonna transform into Irina, looking as close as possible in an area where no one else would see me come out, and then I pop out, walking normally with Baywind.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Here, I'll even pull Irina's token over here if I can find it real quick. Can't find anything in this mess. Oh, there she is. There she is. So we'll use the exterior of the tavern here to be like the liaison of this, right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, look, there's another Irina with her boyfriend, Lord Vasil. Haven't seen him in a while. I wonder what he's up to. I heard he was kind of thirsty, but I think he's been quit. What am I looking for now? Isaac's token. That's what I'm. Okay, so I think all I have to do is hit this. Boop. Just put some important NPCs on the board here, just in case. You tell me whereabout you want to look for Isaac. Or make
Well-
an investigation if you're trying to suss him out.
Well, I was actually gonna base it off if I don't know. Do you think Alex would know the best since he was the one able to find Isaac the best?
Honestly,
I can
don't-
roll an investigation, but he found him before.
Well,
I mean,
he was on duty then. You just tell me where you're thinking he might be, and I'm going to see if he is. Or you can roll an investigation to narrow it down. This is just basically you speed walking through town trying to figure out where he is and asking around if anybody's seen him.
Then I'll roll an investigation.
Yep. Save us some time there. Takes a while. Mighty long while. Eventually, as you kind of like make it back to the Burgermeister's house itself, it's like almost evening now. And then you see Isaac from the distance, like you're in between the gates and him, and he's coming towards the estate. And what do you want to do? There's the scene. You know what? I think we actually have a map for that. Let me go grab that. What was it called? Burgermeister's Mansion. Hey, yeah, that might be it.
Well, here's my question then, Star. How far away is Isaac from where we are?
I'm about to paint you a picture because I got us on the right map.
And lastly, how far do you think Dravos and Alex would have to be in the back to avoid being seen by Isaac?
I don't know. Let's say like this here's the gate, right?
Yeah.
I would say he's probably at least 50 feet away when you finally notice him coming up the road. So if there's anything you want to do to like hide or make yourself known or whatnot, you may do so. Bye, Murdoch.
I think
Direwolf.
Dravos would just hide in this bush.
Well, I probably would try to intercept if it's a road that had someone else, like it's just passing by the Burgermeister. I kind of want to talk loudly to like Baywin about, small little things about the town, loudly as we're walking by.
So
Should I roll with stealth?
Yeah, go for it. Alex as well. You guys are trying to stay hidden.
I
right?
was gonna use my speed in order to sprint away from the rest of the group.
Well, freaking stealth, my friend, because you can't do it quietly.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to roll some dice today or not? I mean, I figure I'd at least let you do that. There you go.
Buying myself advantage.
Oh. But it would have been so much
I just
more
want to
fun.
imagine him just like doing a jog, like you just like a jogger running around town.
Making sure you step on every leaf that's there. Alright. Advantage has been bought. Please reroll. It's a lot better. Alright. Well, Crim's getting fed, or Crim 2 is, with all these lovely cookie clusters. So everybody seems to be hidden. And Ismark is approaching. And you're making this conversation here and everything. And then all of a sudden...
Oh, that was weird. My mic just turned off. Sorry.
Yeah, welcome back. Isaac's eyes widen as he takes a look at Irina. And he makes a mad dash, like he's about to tackle you. And he goes in, and you tell me if you want to react to this in any way, Baywin, but he grapples her. Like, he's literally intending to pick her ass up and drag her inside.
Oh, shit!
I would like to use a reaction to jump out of the bush and literally just tackle him to the ground.
Well, you're going to have to wait your turn because he went first. Acrobatics or athletics to get out of his grab there, Ori?
I'm probably going to throw strength because I would be caught off guard.
Oh, okay. So he picks you up.
Oh,
And
I'll be
moving at a half speed, he drags her towards the house. What did you want to do, Baywin? Like, he moved out of your threat range.
I will channel divinity, and it's called Emissary of Peace. Let me throw this in the chat. Oops. And it's channel divinity, and then I will do a persuasion to say, "Hold on there, Isaac, good friend of mine. Let's talk and peacefully about everything here." And I will do a persuasion. Allow it.
I'll allow it, but I will let you know that. So for a picture, for a show, he has you wrapped with this demonic arm of his, and you can see like tentacles or the fingers of this thing just grabbing Ori tightly as he thinks he has the figure of Irina in his arms. Go ahead and make your persuasion check.
Okay.
Alright, so he hears you, and yeah, with a +5, it puts you at 16, but his eyes show madness, like an obsession
Okay.
that he does not want to explain to you in whatsoever, and he still is intent on dragging her into the house. At this point, I know everybody else wants to jump and react, but I think we're just going to have to start rolling initiative.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a scene we're going to have to play out, because we really do want to know how this goes.
Great, I'll throw myself an initiative as well.
Yep.
Nat 20. Nice.
Great.
Not gonna lie, I was not expecting to be just grabbed.
Well, imagine what would have happened if you brought the real Irina.
Oh no.
Yeah, give me one moment here. I gotta do some with the API.
At least you got the last on the initiative. At least it makes sense in the story arena. Or whatever.
Or yeah.
Shut up, Alex!
Yeah, you're not helping here, Alex. Irina,
Yeah.
Irina, no. All right, so Dravos, you do get to go. What do you want to do? He gets there.
Like I said, I would jump out of the bush and tackle him to the ground and bring my silvered longsword to his neck, but not actually slice him.
Well,
just
here's
like
the thing. You gotta
let
do.
him.
Okay. You want to do the first thing first before you start saying what you're gonna do, because you know the dice like to fuck with you.
Mhm.
Right. So
roll
strength,
your athletics.
athletics.
I would think he would
21.
be trained in athletics here. All right, you put him to the ground. You put your silver longsword between his neck and Irina's neck, and he looked at you with a malice of anger.
I just tell him, let her go, lest you lose your head.
Oh no, I don't know what's going on!
Alexander, take your turn.
Okay.
Oh wait,
after
hold on
seeing
a
that-
second. You know what? I forgot to roll initiative
Okay.
because I was trying to fix that API. My bad. Hold on. Should be fixed
No
now.
problem.
Okay, never
Hey,
mind.
no
Everything's
problem.
right where it belongs. Go for it.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go on up to 30 feet. I'm gonna go ahead and try to remove Ori heavy in quotations, which is basically Irina. So I'm gonna.
So
go
you're
ahead.
basically trying to compete with a grapple check that he's already got on her?
Yes.
Make an athletic.
Athletics. Oh boy.
Wow, Ori, you get knocked out of his arms, and now he is super pissed.
Can I just point out that that is a 0 modifier to that 18?
Nice. Now keep in mind, he is prone and he has a silvered longsword at his neck.
And that's my turn.
You see this devilish arm after Oria gets taken out from him rise up, and a flame ignites, and he hurls it right in your face.
Mine?
Yes, yours, so you can get off of him. It doesn't do that.
I mean,
Yeah, first off, he missed.
Oh, Isaac, I tried to make you look good, buddy, but you're about, I don't know, this might be a ground and pound. We'll see what happens.
Hey, that Sentinel feat's going to use.
Baywin,
Can
you're
I
up.
Go ahead and take my reaction.
All right, so he's
Star.
Hmm.
good.
The other guy was going to use his Sentinel feat. I
Got it.
believe.
Done it.
Mhm.
Damaged.
Okay.
Continue, Baywin.
So Isaac's on the ground.
He is being
now-
pinned by a Dragonborn, yes.
All right. I will move over. And oh boy, this is a good one.
You came here looking for help, and now you're
Yeah.
attacking the help.
Let's.
I hope you're aware that I'm gonna just kind of not help you guys fight him. I'm gonna try to get you guys off of him.
I mean, this is a conversation
Uh,
you should be having in character.
Isaac, we're just here. We're here to ask for your help. You didn't need to grab her and try to run away. Please.
Yeah, what's going on? I would have gone with you. What's going on? I don't mind talking with people, but
I will
The-
try to
like, what's
persuade him again, but I don't have that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I will say for narrative reasons, his eyes show a specific, like, tunnel vision right now. Like, your words are being said, but you can definitely tell he's not listening. An object of his obsession has been revealed to him.
We need. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to clunk him on the head with my hammer.
Do be aware there's also 2 guards at the estate that are about to assert themselves into this fight as well.
Okay, yeah, actually, let's see. I could have moved there, and then I will try to convince the other 2 guys to stand down. I'll persuade them, say, though, we're not here to really fight. We're just here to talk to Isaac, and I'll try to convince them to lay down put their weapons away.
Make a persuasion. Nice persuasion.
Ooh, 25.
oh
Hey.
damn.
No, they don't seem like they're going to get aggressive with you. However, they do have the spears out and it says, you better tell your friends to put themselves down. They got our boss. And if boss says we have to fight, we fight.
All right, that's me.
All right. Yeah, and they are going to hold an action in case the boss says fight.
Gotcha.
Ori, what do you do? You are still Irina.
So I'm trying to avoid doing some things, but I don't know if he met Irina. So to give it a shot, I'm gonna actually cast Thaumaturgy to make my voice louder and literally just yell at the top of my lungs, literally just saying, "Stop fighting! What's going on? Will someone finally tell me what's going on?" And I'm maybe specifically telling that to Isaac, hopefully that he kind of snaps out of it a little bit.
As far as the narrative of his obsession goes, your words, even though they were said, just looks like that he's not listening. His eyes tell a different story.
I would also tell that to the guards, hopefully they can understand it's like they saw him literally pick me up out of nowhere.
Yeah, make a persuasion.
So maybe he can help out.
Yeah, I'll do it against the guards, but there is a story narrative that prevents Isaac from paying any mind to anything else at the moment. Okay, the guards have taken your words, and they seem to be talking it out between themselves. Which, the next guard's like, boss, you did grab her. Is there a reason why? Can you explain it to us? What's going on here? And Dravos, you have him at knife point. Or sword point. What do you want to
So I would like to step in between him and quotation marks Irina and just kind of like nudge her back one square to right here and then move into this square, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And I will remove the blade from his throat and just take defensive action. If he comes towards her, I will defend.
All right. Like Sender.
Alexander is going to take the prepared action of 2 monk unarmed strikes for, and the trigger being if he attacks Dravos or Irina or anyone else in the party.
Okay. Use half his movement to stand up. Stares at everybody around him. Take a step over here on the other side of Dravos. If you're going to be aggressive with an attack of opportunity, you may certainly do so. Do keep in mind there were stipulations placed around and persuasion checks that were made. Do you do anything?
No, but I guess I can't use reaction to follow him.
Nope, sure can't. And Isaac, feeling like there's a chance that your bodily movement may harm him, he deliberately walked out of range just to make sure if you're going to try something funny, you would do it then. Since you didn't, he stares down Dravos. And at this point, he pulls a battle axe off the side of his hip. And he will take a two-handed swing on Dravos.
I did take the defensive, so...
We're going to try to hit you twice. 19 and a 20.
Yep. No, I took the defensive, which means he takes the lesser of the two.
Yep, 19 and 20.
Yeah,
They both
both
hit.
of them are.
Yep, both of those hit.
So, total of 27?
Yep, 27.
And he tells the guards to him, "This one here attacked me, and that one's coming with me." And
Would
the
that
guards-
not also cause the held action for the monk to go off because he did attack
Yeah,
me?
it would if he was still within 5 feet. He declared unarmed strikes. So basically, he got in the stance like, "I'm going to punch your face." And Isaac's like, "You know what? I'm going to step away from that action. I'm going to come over here and deal with my business because this is the guy that came after me." So basically, Isaac is singling you out.
Would it trigger on the guards if they attack Dravos?
No, we're not. You said it specifically on Isaac.
My bad.
No, that's a legit strategy, but at the same time, the enemy is gauging your threat as well, so... Because he just got tackled, and he's like, "Oh, these guys are, like, trying to put me out of authority," and then he just kind of, like, tests you as well, like, if you're going to do it, do it. Like, he gave you the reaction, and you didn't bite. Anyway, I'm not going to continue discovering that. Let's get into this fight. So, Isaac made his attacks. Baywin, what are you up to? The guards have been told to turn. On Dravos, at least.
Oria, it's time. Drop your thing, because he's going crazy because you're something else.
I'll just go to him like, if you give me a moment, that's my plan. I didn't think it'd go this far. Just make sure he doesn't keep hurting people.
Okay, I will just move 5 feet over, and I will dodge,
Alright.
and that'll be it.
This guard will just circle around our monk and just kind of like put a spear towards Dravos, but not attacking. And he just kind of like asks him, Put down your arms, and he won't hurt you anymore, and we could be done with this. It doesn't have to be like this. And Oria.
Well, I'm gonna actually approach him a little bit more defiant. If he's like still like aggressive to Dravos. And I'm actually gonna like drop my spell of thaumaturgy and just say straight up to him
Keep in
as I
mind,
transform.
is it a bonus action to transform or an action? Because you won't be able to use thaumaturgy if it's an action.
No, I'm turning off thaumaturgy.
Oh, turning it off. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I thought ahead. But I'm
No,
basically gonna straight up tell him to Isaac in his face, going like, if you really want to meet the real Irina, calm your shit down or you'll never see her. And I just transform back into the tiefling. Going
Like
like,
an intimidation check.
give me 1 quick second.
Ooh, nice 20.
Ooh.
Not a nat, but still a 20.
An unnatural 20 with a +7. Jesus, at a 13.
Alright, well, he seems to be like slacking off the axe a bit as he looks at the new form, gets told. Bravos, what do you do?
Seeing as Aurea has dropped the disguise, I will sheath my silvered longsword and just stand there, but I will take the dodge action, just in case.
Alexander.
Seeing as I can't drop fist, I'm just gonna go ahead and take the prepared action of to attack the guard if they attack Dravos or the party members.
Okay.
Or party members.
Oria?
I can't hear anything.
Oh,
there
no,
we go. I can hear you now.
yeah. Sorry I went quiet. I had to think. Because I need you to make an athletics check again, or an acrobatics this time. He's reaching for your collar.
I'm not gonna beat it, but I'm not too scared, so acrobatics.
Alright, so he grabs you and pulls you to his face, and he growls angrily. He's like, how dare you insult me with that image? It's been haunting my dreams, been haunting my sleep, and here you come and throw that in my face and expect me to be okay with it. Who are you?
I basically would be like, I'm the only person that you would be able to access that person you see in your dreams. If you attack me, and this is why I came out of my way to test you, dare try to threaten them, your goals are never going to be reached. You'll never see them. So if you want to see them, come quietly. I'm willing to take you to them, but cut your shit.
No, you cut your shit. You're coming with me, and you're going to tell me everything you know. Arrest her for impersonating
I'm
someone
gonna go
she's
like-
not.
I was going to say, like, you can arrest me, but if you want me to talk, let's talk civil. I'm willing to talk to you if you're willing to talk to me. So either A, we don't have to
this'll
deal with
be
the arrest, and I
very-
can just talk to you.
It'll be very civil as soon as we get to a cell. You can clearly see he is very pissed off at what you did.
And I'm going like, well, I'll just say this. The longer I'm in the cell, the longer you won't be able to see the person that is haunting your dreams.
So the question
The sooner we
becomes,
deal with this, the sooner we...
Would those two guards even be able to move, seeing as it's not their turn yet?
well, I'm kind of saying like the threat has kind of like semi-ended, and he's basically telling them to lock her up. So the question becomes, do you guys resist arrest, or what do you want to do here?
I would not resist arrest because I would straight up tell him, I got permission to be here to test you.
And I will not be tested in such a way. Bring her into the dungeon. And they put
So I
shackles on
kind of
Gloria. And he looks at the rest of
learned
you.
my lesson with Dazzle not to resist arrest, so I'm not going to resist if they're arresting me.
Yeah. I think they actually moved you to a different location from the manor. Like, you guys are allowed to watch as they, like, take her to a guard post.
Well, I would follow.
So would I.
You can clearly, like, get the sense, like, there's a dark aura around Isaac. Like, he's just been so triggered all of a sudden. Like, nothing seems rational about his behavior at the moment. They go into the guardhouse and they tell you no visitors for a while until we get it situated. They probably, like, have, like, a sitting room or something for you, though. But they take her to the back. And, we're gonna end the scene there for a second. Gee, do I have a cell anywhere? Alright, we might just do theater. I don't know if I have a...
That's fine.
But, yeah, the rest of you guys are kind of, like, told to stay out here in the lobby. And you guys can definitely pace around and whatnot. Meanwhile, Isaac and the guards take Gloria into a cell. They sit you down in a chair. They shackle your legs to the ground. They shackle the back of your hands to something on the wall, and you're kind of like left there restrained. And you see on the wall several implements of torture. You're right. You are going to tell me. And it can be as long as you want it to be.
Are you sure you want it long? I'm
Where
gonna tell you
is
straight
she? And he pulls out a whip. Snaps it in your face.
I was
Doesn't...
like,
Go ahead.
Oh,
I was just
all I
gonna
said
say-
was kinky.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh!
No. You, out of this. This ain't your moment.
Yeah, I know. It was just the first thing that entered my mind, and my brain doesn't have a filter.
Yeah, I see this. Alright, but yeah, he cracks the whip next to your face. It snaps loudly in your ear. You're going to tell me where she is. Is she in town? Tell me now.
I literally would just look at him and go like, I'll tell you if you tell me one thing. Is she a threat to you?
Already told you what she is to me, and you mock me. You mock me and continue to betray my trust.
Here's the thing, though. We only met once. So if you want
I don't even
me
know
to
who
tell
you
you,
are. Here's the question: when you change
I don't
back,
know
did you change back to Julia or Aurea?
Aurea.
I don't even know who you are. I know that motley crew you were with. And if I had my way, I'd kill that damn Dragonborn for pulling a blade on me. And it's going to be up to you to decide whether or not I call that order. So, what's it going to be? Where is she?
Well, like I said, do you want to talk a bit more so that I can at least feel like you're not going to destroy her or kill her?
I didn't want to do this, but do you see these little vices? And he pulls a vice. And he brings it over to this chair where your hand is. And he starts tightening it as it kind of like closes around the top part of your forefinger. Don't like it when people keep questioning and he keeps twisting and you can feel the pressure starting to build on your forefinger. And he gets a little tighter, authority, and you can almost feel the bone in your forefinger starting to crack. Where is she? I will not ask you another time. Otherwise, this little piggy doesn't make it to the market. Do I make myself clear?
Just
And-
trying to figure out how Aurea would react to that. I'm trying to figure it out.
Maybe you're not quite as intimidated. Then again, the vice gives him advantage. We'll say that. You're kind of attached to your finger. So, what do you want to do?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. We're like, yeah, he's gonna
And-
break my hand.
Yeah, you can make an insight check to double check that thought, but I think you can already figure out where this is going.
Yeah, it sounds like that anything I try to do.
Mhm.
The only thing I can think of is if I intimidate him back. Because
Well,
I
that
can just
just
kind of go
pisses him
like,
off more. Yeah, the intimidation
no,
back
that's what I'm
is
trying to figure
definitely-
out.
Yeah. And this demonic
That's what I'm trying to figure
arm
out.
is currently like there's these long tendril-like fingers that are wrapping around the vice, and it's just slowly twisting it, and you can feel that these things have unnatural strength to them, and it's just waiting for the command to just keep twisting.
Just trying to see if I could do something.
It
In my
wouldn't have-
spells.
I just want to let you know it wouldn't have got this dark if you didn't start intimidating him back.
I was
Here's
about
the
to
thing,
say,
I-
this is pretty fucking dark. Even for
It is,
Strahd.
and and this is one of those things. Should I fade to black? If everybody's not comfortable with this, we can just kind of go off. But he's going to try to get his information out of her one way or another. And whether she comes out fully healthy or a few fingers less, that's kind of like where we're standing. So I can fade to black if you
What
want.
I'm more-
I think
Well,
No.
thing I'm
I think I would hold an action to if I hear her screaming. I would literally kick the door in and just tell him I know where she's at too.
Well, let me ask this one question then, Star, because this might determine what I do.
hmm
Even though I told him I'm willing to tell him where she is, if he answers that one question, even though I know I want to just know a little bit more.
Make an insight
Is he
check.
just literally that crazy?
Make an insight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do. You do things to do things. He is batshit fucking crazy. He is going to kill you and everybody you know if you don't do what he says.
All right, I got my answer there, and it sounds to make sense. So I'm actually gonna look at him like, all right, I'll tell ya. But if you get that damn thing off my hand,
Tell me first. There's no two ways about this, only one.
I'll tell you straight up, she is in town. Not too far. But why I wanted to ask you, and I was about to say, like, I'm about to tell him the location.
Yeah,
What I
and
wanted
it-
to ask you, though, is because Holy Ground, where she's at, would not approve of him literally grappling her, as a hint to where she is, literally right there. So I was telling him in a sense, like, but where she's located, what your behavior is would not be accepted at that Holy Land, which I would indicate as the church.
You feel it tighten just a little bit more, and I need you to make a con save. Like, it's not
Oh,
enough to
damn.
break it, but it's going to determine whether or not you yell in pain. It's almost like you dragged that conversation way too long, and he was not pleased with you. You managed to muffle your cry, if you so choose.
Yeah,
And
I'd
it-
probably muffle it because I was just in the middle of saying something.
Then he unwinds the vice. And he kind of like points to a guard. You see a woman similar to the one that you just saw. Bring her here and we can verify her story. You can let them know that. What name should they tell him? Kind of like asking you. Or,
Yeah. You could tell them straight up that Julia asked them to come.
Tell them Julia asked them to come. And then that we just need to verify that their friend knows them. And they need to come to the guard post to do so. So basically this guard leaves the cell. And he kind of like leaves as well, but he leaves you there tied up. The vice is no longer on you. And there's like a big welted bruise on your forefinger on your right hand. And he just kind of like walks, shuts the door, and he goes into a different room altogether, like an office space where he can wait. Meanwhile,
Well, I would just say Julia would. Oh, go ahead. I was just about to say, like, Julia would just finally take a breath of relief and just go, like, "Holy crap! I did not expect to be about to be murdered." And then just kind of like say, "Bastard."
I will give you more details after the session above table why. But yeah, that was like a switch that I was wondering if it was going to ever come up. But yeah, so the guard walks out from where you heard, where your friend got pulled in. So you see one of the guards that brought her in come out into the lobby, and he makes his way towards the doorway. Unless you guys have anything in that vicinity you want to do, he will make it out the door and start going somewhere.
I really don't have anything to do.
Yeah, just remember, meta.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could just be a guard going out for his watch duty.
Yeah.
Well, if he came out of the cell I was in, if that's what you said,
Well,
they would have noticed
we
it,
also
wouldn't they?
wouldn't know that.
Well,
because
yeah, but
we're
they
in a
don't know
different
the
room with a door.
Yeah. There's no way they
Oh,
heard
okay.
that
Just clarifying.
Oh yes, you're by yourself, dear. I'm sorry to say it.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know I'm by myself. I just thought that I thought you said that they saw him go out of the cell, but never
Oh
mind.
no,
Go
no,
ahead.
no,
Go ahead. Never
no,
mind.
no. I said he came out of the cell rooms and he was coming out the lobby, so they know he was one of the guards that brought you in. So yeah, that information's correct.
Okay.
He came out from the rooms where the cells were kept, and he starts making his way out the door. And you guys are here for at least 30
Hold
minutes.
up.
Follow that guard. We don't want him truly finding out about her, do we? Especially with how violent Isaac got whenever we presented Aurea as Irina.
How about I just go over to Irina's, and I say this in a hushed whisper. I'll just head over to Irina and inform her what's going on.
Mm-hmm. We might need her to discreetly leave the city.
All right. And I will leave the guard post and act like I'm going in a different direction as the guard. And then once I get around a building, I will take off at a full-blown run and try to make it to the church before him.
Roll me a D100. We're gonna call this a scenario roll.
Okay. Give me a second to move things out of my way. D100. 78.
You sprint off, and you're able to get there before he is. But you do see him about 3 or 4 blocks down the road, and he's making his way there. But you're at the church. You enter into the church, and you can see Ismark and Irina in the pew area where they're just kind of like sitting down, relaxing, and chatting with some of the children.
Mhm.
You enter into the scene. What do you want to do?
Irina, you need to hide. Ismark, there is a guard coming. You need to distract them, if not kill them.
I can't kill a part of the city. That would be what's happening? What's going on? We need to know details.
Okay, so the person that Julia went to go see if they were worth becoming an ally, when they seen her disguised as Irina, tried to drag her away, and when found out that she wasn't Irina, flipped his shit, took her to the guard post.
Watch your
and
mouth
took her
in this
into a
church.
cell. Huh?
You hear a priest say, "Watch your mouth while you're in here."
What'd
Morty.
I say?
He said shit.
Oh, sorry. Well, anyways, he took her into a cell, and I don't know what happened, but now there's a guard on the way, and yeah, Irina, you need to hide, and I need to hide as well.
Make a stealth check.
Right? That's actually one I'm good at. 16.
Unfortunately, it's not good for her because she has disadvantage. She goes to try to hide somewhere, but we'll see how this ends.
I will buy her advantage.
This NPC refuses your charity.
Darn it.
Damn, Irina. I appreciate you.
Save it for yourself. Care not for me. I am just a plot that does not need to be saved. But yeah, she thinks she's hidden, and the guard kind of like approaches the door as it opens, and this guard walks in. Can I help you, sir? Yeah, I'm looking for somebody who's supposed to be here. Have you seen a red-headed woman? And he kind of like gives the description of Irina. No, I don't think she's here right now. I think I've seen her go down to the shop, and she's buying some food for the pantry. Perhaps you might want to go check there. Let me go pull up Ismart.
That'd be a deception.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is. Alright, that's a fair roll. Okay, so guards are basically a d20 anyway, like straight rolls. They're eyeing each other for a moment, Dravos, and you realize they're kind of like locked in whatever mental battle they're having with each other right now. Is there anything you're doing? Like, you're hidden. You could sneak out if you want.
I think I'll just stay where I am because any movement might give me away.
I mean, you don't break stealth unless you act.
Well, I still think I should be here just in case. So
Alright,
I think
fair
I'll stay
enough.
right where I'm at for now.
Basically, it turns into a conversation of if she's not here, oh yes she is, oh no she's not, oh yes she is, oh no she's not. So let's see if Ismart can persuade her again. So his story starts to get holes. Now, I don't know if I believe you, but I need to take a look around. Please excuse me, sir. And he manages to duck under his arm and go into the proper area. Meanwhile, Irina's like hidden behind the podium, and the priest is like, "What are you doing down there?" Shh. Oh, and yeah, part of her wardrobe is like hanging out. The guy's looking around, so he'll make a perception check against her lovely DC that she made. What was it? 3?
It was 3.
Your Holy Grace, what's with the wardrobe? It looks like it's a little bit longer than it should be. Oh wait, that's not wardrobe. Hey you, ma'am, please, you gotta come with me. And comes behind the podium,
Like
pulls her by the
sneak
arm.
up behind him and try to knock him out.
Roll an attack
God.
roll.
$16.
That hits.
Would it
Four
be
hits.
advantage with sneak?
Well, doesn't even matter. You don't get anything with an advantage, but you still hit him. Now the question is, before you roll the damage die, lethal or non?
Non.
Well, doesn't matter. Not enough to kill him. And he feels this glance across his back. He turns, and the two of you will need to roll initiative. Or actually roll a d100. We're going to resolve this quickly. Yeah,
4.
sounds about right.
Oh my god.
Darn it.
So you
The
and the
guard is
guard,
John Cena.
yeah, you and the guard scuffle, and he somehow knocks you over a pew. You hit the ground, your head just blacks out, and then he pulls Irina away.
Wait, didn't Dravo say we have to kill the guard if nothing else? To Mr. Brother?
The thing is,
So-
Ismark recognizes the guard as a city person, and he says, I can't do that. It's against the law.
Ooh.
And Ismark goes, wait, I want to go with her. I won't resist. I understand you're on duty, and if it helps, I'll help patch up whatever damage he did. Just leave him out of it. He's deranged, he's a lunatic. I'll go with you, and we can resolve this peacefully, alright, sir? And he's just like, I'll bring some more guards to pick him up later for attacking an officer. But yes, you can come with.
I just I just imagine like the priest also go like, he also scared the church boy to pee himself.
I don't remember his name. What was it? But I know it's not Maravaj. He's outside digging ditches or digging holes. But
I don't think he really had a name. He just kind of said church boy, and then
yeah, the little choir
Bravos
boy.
intimidated him to death.
Oh no, that was Maravich. He was the one that was outside digging the ditches or the graves.
No, I'm just. Well, no, that teenager was badass. He just ignored everybody. The little boy was the one inside the church that Dravos gave him brown pants.
Oh, I thought it was the guy outside though.
No.
All right, we could talk about that another time. All right, so
Anyways.
yeah. So like what we're trying to do is we're going to try to narrate long fight scenes or solo battles like that, and yeah, it might turn against you, but it's kind of like adds a little bit to the narrative, so it's a little bit more complex for you now. The priest kind of like goes over to you, and about a few minutes he kind of like wakes you up, like, hey, Dravos, what was that about? Why did you attack a guard? What the heaven's name possessed you, my child?
The guy that they are taking her to go see is deranged and I don't know what he is going to do to her, but I know it ain't good. That's why I tried to knock the guard out.
But those are city guards. That's still against the law. You should know better. You don't go attacking the guards.
I am not from these lands, for one, and for
well,
two,
there
I
are
really don't care.
laws.
I'm trying to save her life.
Well, you better run because he's going to call the guards on you now. And I will not have that in my church. I can't be held responsible for someone who did such a deed. May the light shine upon you and forgive you for your deeds, but you have to run.
May the gods smile upon you as well, and I will head to the Blue Water Tavern.
All right.
If you see any of my companions, tell them where I went.
I don't know where you went. You left.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, back at the guard post, Baywin, Alex, it's been about a good 30 minutes. You think Dravos should be coming back right about now? Is there anything you two are talking about before the guard comes back in?
No, not really. I think we Aurea hasn't come out yet. I guess it'd just be asking the guards, when are we going to see Aurea?
Yeah, and you know the whole runaround. They just ignore you for the most part, and if you keep bringing it up, they're like, whenever he's ready, you can't rush these things. He's interrogating her, and if she's broke the law, you might not even see her. Stuff like that.
But what law has she broken?
I don't know. She's being booked or something, right? Or she's being interrogated. Whatever I'm not a part of her file. I don't know her case. Yeah, so
Because
like,
it seems to me it was she was arrested for just looking like someone else. That is hardly even a petty offense.
look, you're talking to the wrong person. Look, if there's a trial, you can say that to a judge, but you're telling me it's not going to help. Because I'm just going to forget what you said, just to be fair. I'm telling you straight up. I got more things to do.
Fair
He goes back to his
enough.
paperwork. About this time, you see Ismark, the guard, and Irina. And they walk in.
No.
Well, that didn't go well.
Yeah, and the guard tells Ismark, you stay out here. She is expected. Oh, no. I go with her or she doesn't go in. That's not how this works. Now, unless you want to see a cell, have a seat. Ismark just sighs heavily. He's not happy with it, and he takes a step back. Irina is led into the office, or the
Ismark,
area where the cells are. Go ahead.
Did Dravos make it?
Dravos attacked the guard.
I take it, is he still alive?
He got knocked out. There was a scuffle. Guard and him got into an entanglement. He pushed him over a pew, and next thing we know, Dravos is knocked out. And I just went over there and told him, look, you got to take her. Go with you. Make sure you're healed up, blah, blah, blah. Trying to make this go smoothly for everybody. Why did he attack a guard? I mean, what is going on? Who is she going to see?
there's this man named Isaac, and whenever we tried to interview him for recruitment, well, we had Aurea shapeshift into, well, your sister, and whenever she was confronted, we, to put it bluntly, he straight up tackled her with a mad obsession within his eyes.
Kind of like sits there a little quiet, trying to take it all in.
Do you know why he would do something like that?
I don't know who this Isaac is. I mean, I've heard stories of him across town, the man with the demonic arm, and he keeps the peace for the Burgermeisters, so it makes sense that we're in a guard post. But I don't. Why does my sister have so many suitors that are just not right for her? Am I right?
I do not think that this is a natural kind of obsession. Even the paladin over here couldn't talk him down.
And
Yeah,
he
he had
kind
a
of
bad,
like,
bad look in his eyes.
it's terrible. And he gets concerned, so he walks over there talking to the receptionist like you guys have been doing. And he gets the same runaround, which, you can clearly see is pissing him off. But he's doing the best to keep his temper in check. And you're like, yeah, I share that frustration. Even I, as a DM, was like, damn, dude, I feel that frustration. But that uncertainty of what's happening right now is just there. For a brief moment, I believe. Oh, okay, I blanked out on your name for a minute. Aurea would see just the backside of Irina for just a moment as she is escorted into the office where Isaac is waiting.
Now, if that's true, is it possible that I can roll a perception to see if there's anyone else in the hallway, so I can maybe stealthily listen? I'm only saying this because I do have a spell that might allow me to get out.
All right, let me paint a picture then, because I didn't really describe how the cell rooms are set up. So the way I'm seeing it is that you're technically 3 cell doors down, which is about 12 to 18 feet away from this office, and you're just able to see it because the front bars are just right there, and you can see down the hallway just enough to see that office door. So the office door is probably about 18 feet away from where 20 feet from where you're standing, because you're partway into the cells. But the hallway to the door.
That doesn't stop me, because I have a handy-dandy spell called Misty Step.
Now, does Misty Step require any somatic opponent?
Nope.
Does
Verbal.
It require... We forgot to gag your ass, didn't we?
Kind of hard to gag someone and still get information out of them.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Whoa! Tell me what you know. Whoa!
Let me just look at Misty Step for myself real quick, just so that the audience can see it as well. Because not that I don't believe you, but I do want to see. Yep, vocal indeed. Look at that. And it's a bonus action. So what do you want to do?
Well, if I'm gonna Misty Step, I want to Misty Step as far as I can without being in the hallway, because I assume that it's just multiple doorways. They're not like locked doors, except for mine.
There's like 3 cells that are on your side, and there's like 3 cells on the opposite side. Then there's that one door that leads into an office that's deeper down into a different area. If that makes sense.
So then I'm gonna Misty Step to at least the point where I'm not past the doorway, where I'm in the middle of the hallway, but behind the doorway, so that I can at least be a little tad bit closer to Irina while still hiding behind the door.
As you vamp into that location, you hear a hey, what's that? And he this old geezer looking guy, gangly teeth and everything, pokes his head out of the cell door. What you doing there?
Shh.
What you in for?
I'm in here for protecting a friend, but
That's a
Can-
new one.
Do you- Hey, actually, do you know the layout of this building enough, or at least some little details about it?
Yeah, the front door is over there. He points where you came in. Back door, I don't think they have one. Unless it's in that door next to this cell. Hey! And he like starts
Well-
banging on the wall of that room.
I'm gonna like, shh. You saw the woman walk by, right?
Huh?
Did you
Oh,
see
wait,
the
what?
woman that walked by?
What woman? I would have noticed it. You're the only woman I see right now. Hey, how's it going? Want to let an old man out? Honest, I'm innocent.
Oh god. I'm just gonna like slightly ignore him, just look around the area where I'm at. Hopefully I can
Hey!
be close enough to see Irina.
My eyes are over here.
Hold on!
Yeah. Basically, this door is a regular door. It doesn't have a window. It doesn't have anything that you can see through. This is an office door. It's closed off, so you can't see in.
Okay, so it's just closed off. Can I actually put my ear by it and hopefully hear something out of it?
Sure. Make a perception check.
I'm also gonna look for a spell just in case. Maybe I might have a trick up my sleeve. I might have a trick up my sleeve, but I'm just gonna cast it ahead of time. It failed me once, but it won't fail me now.
You say that.
So before I put my ear by the door, I'm gonna cast invisibility.
All right. Post it, please.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
All right. You're invisible. What's next?
And I'm gonna just put my ear by the door so that I can at least listen in. And then I'll roll
Okay.
perception.
Go for it.
I'm gonna play smart because I don't want to accidentally be in the hallway and someone's gonna be like, "Hey, what are you doing out there?
Hey,
Checking out this wonderful door."
where'd you
Nice
go? I
20.
can't see you. You hear a door slam on the other side.
Damn it! So sounds awkward. Can I open the door?
You want to try?
I'll try, but without making a lot of noise.
You kind of jiggy the handle and it's locked.
And I can't see through it at all, can I?
Nope. It's almost like you're in a jail.
Hmm.
I know, right?
I mean, you can see through bars, but these rooms that they got blocked off.
All right.
Are we gonna have to do a jailbreak?
I mean, it sounds like
Um,
she's free already. She just got to walk out the front door.
Well, what I was gonna do if I was trying to listen in to what's going on, but if not, I'm gonna slowly walk out calmly without making as much noise as possible.
You
And-
you hear a jiggle at the handle that you're currently at as you're about to stand up, and the soldier kind of like comes out of the office, and he shuts the door behind him. He's now in the hallway that you're in. I assume maybe you step back to let him in.
Hopefully, maybe the slight end if possible, but if I can't, now I'll
No.
just stand there, avoiding him.
All right, so he shuts the door, and then he tries the door to make sure it locked, and it did. And then he goes to the other door, and he opens it. And it's the front door that leads into the lobby. And he uses some kind of key to the door, and he walks out. He opens the door just wide enough for his frame, and he kind of like starts to go. Are you going to try to slip in behind him, or?
I'm trying to figure that out.
You have a feeling that
What
if
would
you
I have to
don't,
roll for that?
like it'd probably be an acrobatics. And somebody is scratching
Damn.
the mic.
But yeah, what were you about to say about if I don't?
I mean, if you don't, you feel like that door is going to be locked if you want to be out of here. This might be your only chance. Unless you want to wait around for who knows how long. Wondering what supper
Let me
is.
s-
Haven't had it in 3 days.
Let me see how long the invisibility lasts.
An hour.
Alright. I know. I just want to check. Alright. Well, I'm actually gonna
Up to an hour.
explore deeper to find a
There-
spot to do a short rest.
Okay, so just to be clear, there's really nothing else to explore. You're just locked in a hallway of cells, and that's it. Like, if this door
Okay.
closes, you're in this hallway.
Alright, then I'm gonna have to escape. I'll try that.
I mean, I'm not trying to push the story along, but I thought that was part of the point.
No, I'm aware of it. I'm just trying to figure out, because if I'm stuck in there, I can't really progress the story. Because I can't hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Alright, so
it'd
make
be
an...
better just for me to escape.
Yeah, go ahead and make the neck rattle. Oh, the door closes
I am
before you
gonna
get
do
to
an
it.
I'm gonna
advantage.
buy her advantage.
Alright, who's doing it? Because you both don't need to do it.
Dravos is.
Oh, well, I guess he's paying you back. One
Fair
moment,
enough.
One moment while we get those juicy bits. One of these days, I'm going to have to make a
And-
squiggly emote. Alright, you're good. Go for it. Hey, much better. You jump through. So the timeline shifts once more, and this time you actually get through the door, and he just locks it behind him. And,
You know, I've noticed something.
what's that?
Buying advantage never works unless you're buying it for someone else.
What?
Ah,
No,
true.
no. I was buying advantage left and right for Tuesday, and I kept losing money on that one. So no, don't you go thinking that. But you
It's
can
still a
definitely.
nice thought.
It's a nice thought. Definitely generous. At any rate, you managed to make it through. You're invisible. You see your friends visibly looking towards the door. You see Ismark here as well. And he kind of approaches the guard. Where's my sister? Don't worry. Isaac is having a conversation with her. They're talking privately. Don't worry. It'll be fine. All will be well. Ugh. And he gets frustrated and sits back down next to the other guys.
I'm gonna kind of look, like, before I check out, and maybe, like, head out. I'm gonna look if I'm allowed, if the receptionist is not blocking the way. I'm gonna look around, maybe to see if I could pick up a key without being noticed.
Make a stealth check. You get advantage. And then try a sleight of hand. Or, yeah, sleight of hand. Once again, you'll get advantage on the sleight of hand because you are invisible.
Nice sleight of hand.
So you casually make as little noise as possible. Make your way on top of the table to the other side of the desk, and you look and see some keys that are pretty common. And you pull one of these keys and pocket it, and none the wiser. You have a guard post key.
Alright! So in that short amount of time I have, I'm gonna, like, slowly, quietly walk up to Baywind, because he seems like the most calmest out of everybody.
Right.
And then I'm gonna kind of whisper to him, it's like, I need you to make a distraction. This is Aurea.
Okay. I don't see you, but I hear you.
What? Who are
you?
Yeah. Ismark's like, who are you talking to?
Distraction where? Before you
Huh?
go away. Where to make a distraction? Outside?
You really should be more specific before you leave.
I didn't leave. I'm still standing by him. I'm just making
He
sure
doesn't-
that he doesn't kind of like.
He's like asking you out loud. You're like leaving him hanging there. I'm loving that part. Don't worry.
I just like tell him go like. I was about to go like tell him it's like pretend that you're having a religious moment in this room now.
Okay. All right.
That should
Oh,
be
the
easy.
Morning Lord. Yeah, now start like a whole ceremony of praying for everybody in the room and praying for the Morning Lord to bring us sunshine later on in the week or something, and I'll just cause a huge ruckus with this. So
Make a persuasion check with this ruckus that you're causing, because a lot of people are waiting for the sun.
and here is my persuasion.
10 new followers.
Your following keeps going up and up. Yeah, you garner the attention of all those within. The guard that's about to go back on post, the guard behind the reception, a couple of guards that's just kind of like keeping an eye on the lobby. They're all like, "Yeah, I wish the sun would come back." Yeah, when is that sun going to shine? You tell it, brother. Tell me how that sun's going to shine down on me. Tell me how much sun I can have in my life. I need this. And
Here, drink the Kool-Aid.
oh my God, give unto me, good Lord of the sun.
All of the session's great.
I don't want to do the Kool-Aid. I don't want to do the Kool-Aid.
I'm really thirsty right now in real life for some reason.
Now, it sounds
Oh,
crazy,
yeah.
but you did say the key is common. So there's not like multiple keys for like entering the building kind of thing. It's more like one key to enter maybe the office.
Well, it's more like maybe these keys were probably more oriented for cells instead of front doors and stuff like that.
I'm just checking because I'm willing to open the door back into the cell and open the doors that led to where Irina went.
I mean, you could certainly try. And if that's the intention, we can play through it.
That is the intention because I really want to be able to like go like I need to make sure that what I just did wasn't the dumbest thing.
All right,
More
let's do
importantly,
it.
too, if I have to, I can just go back into the cell if I need to.
Well, I don't know. I did something pretty
All
dumb.
right, so this is a scenario roll because we have been spending a little bit of time. So go ahead and roll me a D100. We'll see how successful you are.
All right, before I roll, Dravos, I need you to pretend to blow on dice.
Yes, you don't get advantage on these. So it opens the front door, and you're stealthy enough to kind of like slide in without being noticed. You make it into the second or the hallway once more. You try it on the office door. It opens, and inside is this empty office with a oaken desk, a chair, filing cabinets, a bunch of files on the table itself. There's like a coat rack off to the side. You can see a couple of coats that might belong to the guards that are out on duty. And then there's a back door. You go to try the key on the back door, and it does not work. What do you want to do? You're currently in the office.
Bum, bum, bum.
I mean, you got a lot of success out of it, but that last door just wasn't enough.
Nice, Alexander.
So, here's my question. I don't know if you heard it. Can I hear any conversation through the door or no?
No. If you're like putting your ear to that back door, make a perception check. what you hear is like
19.
ambient noise that is similar to like an alleyway. Like there's certain things that are echoing, like a rickety cart that might be going through the alley, or kids playing kickball and maybe a ball bouncing off a wall on one side of the alley to the other. Some, just small ambient noises throughout this alleyway.
Damn.
Mhm.
Wait. Hold up.
Mhm.
Is this the way Irina went?
Yeah, she didn't come back out.
Oh fuck.
You are now at the crossroad where he took her outside and left the guard post with her.
I'm going to kind of like maybe have that realization of thought and go like, if this is an alleyway, and I'm gonna just like not run back, but like stealthily run back
I'll
back
let you
to the
ride
group.
I'll let you ride your success to this point.
Then I'm gonna actually like, yeah, like as Baywin's preaching, I'm gonna like tap him on the shoulders, like, come with me, follow me quietly, and I tell him to bring out everybody with us.
He can't see you.
I know, I'm saying like outside.
Preach it, brother, preach it! Yeah, we want to hear more about the Morning Lord.
Look towards the light, and I'll cast light
Oh
on
yeah!
a spot on the ceiling, and then I'll be like, "Let's go." to my buddies.
Nice. Everybody else, let's go. And they're all like, praise the sun. If I'm not mistaken, that's a Dark
Okay,
Soul
Solaire.
reference, but I don't know.
Okay,
As-
Solaire.
As they're heading out, I grab Baywin's hand to guide him where I'm taking him.
All of a sudden,
All
we see his hand
right.
floating through the air, being led down the road.
Like, whoa!
Baywin, do you want to put down your hand?
I can't. It's she's got my hand. It's Oria. She's not. We can't see her, but I can feel her, and let's.
Do you take him
She's
down the
guiding
alley?
me, so follow me.
Do you take him to the
Yeah,
alleyway?
and as we're heading,
Yeah, go ahead.
I take him down to the alleyway. I drop the spell, and I'm going like, we gotta figure out where. I think they went back to the manor that they were.
I don't
that
know
he was
where.
trying to drag her to.
Hmm.
No, I don't know where. I'm just assuming that way because that was the last time I remember.
No, I'm sorry. I was
They went there?
somebody that interrupted me.
Oh, okay.
No, sorry about that. That was misdirected.
That,
Yeah, that's
that is a fantastic guess. And seeing as I am probably the most mobile, I will go ahead and take a sprint over there.
I'm gonna have me and Baywin try to catch up. So I am definitely like not athletic at all.
Did Dravos make it back yet?
Nope. He went to the tavern. Dravos, let's visit you for a minute though, because that does bring up a good point. Are you doing anything at the tavern?
I kind of went up to my room
Yeah,
and I'm just like hiding out there.
probably not a bad
I
idea.
mean,
to
fair
be
enough.
honest. All right.
I mean,
What?
there isn't really an alternative for his situation. He assaulted a guard. He probably has a bounty on him.
Oh, I'm fairly certain
not
of that
yet.
one now.
I don't know if he has a bounty yet because, well, they didn't find him yet, and we were at the guard post the entire time.
Assaulting a guard is a pretty hefty.
That's a big offense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know how hard it is to find another dragonborn in this place. I mean, there is a one of your kind floating around here.
Right.
Yeah.
Might want to pay off some of the folks at the inn to. No, I haven't seen them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would pay them off. That'd be a really good idea.
I will allow it if you
Actually,
want to
now
have that.
that I Now that I think about it, I think I would have went to the tavern and grabbed my horse, and I'd be waiting just outside the city, like
That's
over
also a
near the
good idea.
Vistani, over near
That is
the
a
Vistani
great
camp,
idea.
and I would ask the
Ooh.
barkeep, to let the rest of my group know if they show up, to tell them that I am where we returned the child.
That's cryptic. All right, cool. I'll let that work. They give you a weird glance, but yeah, you make your way to the Sonic. Go ahead.
No, Oria would probably be the only one because I don't know that.
Yeah, that's
Neither
before
would
you stand up.
Alexander.
Yeah.
Well, then you'll have to
Remember.
hope she's there whenever you find out where he is.
Mhm.
Yep.
Come to find out, nobody goes back to the tavern. Nobody knows where Dravos is, and he's been drinking for 3 days with the Vistani. They call this
Yep.
fire-breathing water for a reason.
But I can already breathe fire.
Yeah, what
He
this here
becomes
you'll
part of
really...
this Basani.
Yeah, they give him a wig and everything and a hat. Little red bandana to throw over your wig. But yeah, the rest of you make it to the mansion. And you know what? I need to actually look this place up and find out what room is his. So give me just a hot moment.
Star, I did want to say that since Alexander is faster, he would have went ahead in order to scout out the place.
So here's the result of that. It doesn't matter how fast you are, when somebody gets a good 15-20 minutes, they can get wherever the fuck they want, regardless.
Fair enough.
Like, that whole scene did not happen in minutes. That was like several minutes.
Like, plus you don't know if he might have had like a carriage back there or something
Yeah, you
waiting.
could have had a
you know?
horse waiting. Yeah. Like, you're just helping me out.
He also
there, but
couldn't-
Thank you.
He could have had to the opposite direction too. Like, really? I'm only taking a guess is because he ran straight in there. So you must have a spot. That's the only thing you have. So
Ah,
at least
sure.
if you head there and you say he's not there, that saves us time.
Mhm. Oh, I will say you don't see him along the way. So you're outside of the grounds, but you do realize that there are several guards at the front door, almost after they've been told to keep watch. Ah, found it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Where's it? Oh.
No, I don't have to pee. I already did that.
Oh, yeah, we should have read. Alright, so, yeah, you're outside. What do you want to do, guys?
Well, oh, jeez.
Well, how many guards are outside? 1 or 2?
What do you
A
see on the
lot.
map?
Oh, okay. It is the map. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was just going to mention, before we even reached that building, I would have switched back into Julia Sky. Because they definitely know the tiefling is arrested, but not Julia.
Ooh, yeah. Good thing you can switch your identity, huh?
Yeah, I
Alright.
can do it kind of on Will.
Yeah, ain't that something? I think you wish you had that ability. Yeah, so what do you guys do now that you're outside the manor?
Well,
Greetings, folks. I presume that you have my friend here's sister.
No visitors. Get off the ground.
I don't think you understand.
I don't think you understand. The Burgermeister said we're not taking visitors.
And I'm not exactly leaving until we receive our friend.
You do realize
my
whose
God.
place this is, right?
I don't care whose place this is.
I realize who's about to die.
Yeah, I want to step in, but I kind of also want to watch what happens.
So the guards all surround Alex and says, "Sir, this is your final chance. If you don't leave these grounds, we will remove you by force.
I'm gonna just kind of step in now and kind of go like, hold on. He's just worried about a friend of mine because, well, we were trying to head to a birthday party nearby. You know, we had a Blinsky toy with us, and she was the one that had it. So I just want to make sure, you know, if she's here. I saw her walk in there, if I remember correctly.
I'm sorry, but the Burgermeister is not receiving any visitors tonight. So if you have any
no.
business, no, ma'am, you must hear me out. The Burgermeister has given us direct orders that no one is to leave or enter. And if you come in, that's against one of those direct routes that we're supposed to be protecting this place from. So if you have any business, come
don't
by
worry.
tomorrow.
No.
Somebody
I
cracked
wasn't
their
gonna
knuckles. Hold
enter the
on a
building.
minute.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't need to enter the building. No. I'm just checking with you. Like, did you see a young woman walk in here? That's all I really need to know because we're running late to our party, and I just need to make sure that I tell, you know.
No, we
You
have
didn't?
not seen. Nope, have not seen the young lady in here. Unless
sure?
you're talking about.
And I'll say something. I'll like take my pouch full of coins and I'll like jingle a little. I'm like, you sure you can't just provide us a little bit of information?
Are
And
you
I'll
trying
reach
to
in and
bribe
I'll.
the guards?
No, I mean, if I happen to drop this on the floor or on the ground.
Take a persuasion check.
I'll also give him.
Advantage.
Also, can I give him help? Because I'll also.
No, he's got it because he's using coins for advantage. Nice, a 23.
Okay.
So they look at the coins and they're like, okay, fair point. If it's on the ground, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
We just want to know if her friend is in there.
What does your friend look like?
Yep. And we'll describe Arena's.
It's just a very nice redheaded woman wearing lots of armor. It's kind of hard to miss her.
Might have gone in there with Isaac.
I know they're friends together, and I know Isaac was not feeling well today, wasn't he? Like, that's what I was told by my friend here. He was guarding someone, and apparently he tackled her. So I'm just kind of curious of, you know, if she's okay. But is she in there?
So the guy that's like listening is picked up the money and he's like handing it out to his friends. How much was it?
I don't know what you would consider fair. I don't know if a gold piece is worth a lot here, or if it's like 5 gold pieces or higher. I don't know.
Make an insight. Oh no, I'll help you out with that.
Yeah.
You feel like you need to pay him 10 gold each.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So how many guys? There's
So
9 guys here.
Well, only these are up front. And he's just kind of like, well, just sharing it.
Okay. So
Let's think about
60 gold pieces. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, dude.
Oh no, that's fine. No.
Yeah. So he passes out 10 gold to each of his buddies and then pockets it. And he says, I will say we saw Isaac.
Oh, good. No, that's good to know because that must mean she's with him. Because Isaac's helped her out a lot of times whenever she was around.
Well, you have a good day because that's about as far as you're going to get. So if you don't mind, please take your leave. And they'll go back to their watch. Hey, I'm like,
And I'll just wave to them saying, thank you.
what was that all about? Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it.
So I kind of pull Alex away from being angry with the group, and I'm going like, all right, you didn't die? You're poor?
Yeah.
And now we know that Isaac's here.
You know what, though? I want to throw this out there, and I know you might not like it, but in a way, you got your wish. Isaac's going to protect Irina from here on out.
In a way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Maybe a creepy way. I don't know.
Oh, well, you know, it is a way. It is a way. I will give you that. But let's see how much time we got left. Oh, we still got a little bit to go. What do you guys want to do to further this plot into oblivion?
We need to find Dravos. That's one thing for sure.
Bismarck, what do you think? How do you think we should go about retrieving your sister? It's we don't know if he's gonna harm her or not.
He's kind of like blank-minded at the moment. He's just lost in thought. Like he's been following you around in this vacant look, and he's like, just can't keep her away from any devils, can I?
Seems not.
Probably didn't help.
It probably didn't help that we just kind of asked Isaac for help in the first place. We didn't.
Why did you invoke my sister into all of this? We were perfectly fine at the church.
Well,
Well,
to be fair, it wasn't my plan.
well, let me put it this way, Ismark, and this is what I told her ahead of time. But somehow,
Yeah.
even though Irina has never met this guy knew exactly how she looked. So they must have a past somehow.
Well, what could it be?
Didn't you
Like-
consider that she was possibly a stalker?
Or, well, more importantly, I'm kind of more curious of like, and I would tell Ismark, it's like, is there any like big events in her life that might have involved him?
Old boyfriend or something.
Well, no, she's been living with me and my father ever since she was a little girl.
Interesting.
uh,
Well, maybe they're related. If it's not a boyfriend-girlfriend thing, maybe they're related somehow. Or
Or
Maybe he's an adversary for you know who.
yeah,
That is
If-
not a comforting thought. It only means that we should move forward with pursuing her.
I agree, but that does lead me to one question that Baywin did point out. You said she was a little girl. Is she actually related to you by blood, or no?
I thought we've had this conversation. No, she's adopted. My father found her out in the forest and he adopted her. She didn't remember where
And-
she was or who she is, and we just took care of her until she grew up.
You found her in the woods of Barovia, or somewhere in
Near
like
the
your
village.
town?
Yes.
is there a big age difference between Isaac and Irina? Maybe he's her father or something.
I mean, I don't know. I've never really seen the guy up close. You guys just told me about him.
Wait, she was adopted. Then here's my big question, and maybe we can ask someone that has been around this town for a while. If there was like a big event about how many years do you think you would say you found her? A while.
Oh God, you're gonna
Like
make me do math.
20
Hold on.
years,
Well,
15 years, something like that.
if we say like Irina's 18 or so, I would imagine it'd been like when she was 5 or 6. I don't have the full details, but I could definitely look that up for us. What would I?
That'd be cool, because I was thinking like the idea is that
I mean,
based off of that, we could try to maybe talk to a garden ass. It's like, oh
I
yeah,
will-
I was told about this weird folktale or something like that, you know?
I will tell you, you guys are on a hot topic that is in the right direction. Like, I feel like some of your
Then-
guesses might have some merit.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Then
We could probably go ask the father, or
father, sibling, someone that
no,
she-
not the
something
father
like that.
of the church.
The
there.
Reverend.
The Reverend, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say like, yeah, maybe we could go to him quickly. But who wants to try to find Dravos, or maybe we could
Yeah, we could go find Dravos. As far
Hold
as we
on.
know, he's at the church. So
And then I'm going to stay in this, look. And if I have to head back to the manor, I will, but let's head to the church first. Let's base our plan off of that.
Well, if I had to make an assumption, he probably wouldn't stay at the place where he assaulted the police officer.
No, but
That's
he was
that-
knocked out. And that priest has favor with us since we did find his bones.
Surely he would have woken up by now.
Well, he might have. The priest might know where he's at.
That is true.
Alright, I got some
But-
information figured out here, I think. What were
think
we
there would
asking
also-
about, like, for the... If we were to judge the age difference between Isaac and Irina, is that what you were trying to discern?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one.
Who wants to make an insight or investigation on that? I'll give you advantage since you're all, like, having a talk about it.
Whoever has the highest insight, because I'm not gonna lie, I've been rolling high.
I have
Go for it.
+8
Go for it, just do it.
for
Alright, there you go. So, Isaac doesn't look very much older than Irina. Like, maybe 3 or 4 years older at most.
There might be some merit to that Isaac Irina being related, though. They didn't look too much different. Well, too much older than each other. But it's not... I do not think it is right away to just jump to that conclusion, but I do not think it is good to just get off with that idea either.
Then I have an idea if that's true. How about we head to the church with 2 ideas? 1, find Dravos, and 2, figure out Isaac's background. Maybe you can try to connect that to the years before. And then see why maybe, as a guess, he's obsessed with Irina.
Very well.
Yeah, we can ask around. We could ask the priest, and then maybe he can point us in some direction. And if not, then we could ask somebody else, maybe at the tavern or something.
Alright, you guys want to narrate this a little bit?
We do
I was
know
gonna
that
Yeah.
we do know
No.
that Irina for now is not in immediate danger.
Well, let's not make waste. Let's head.
Alright, so you make your way to the church, and you're able to approach the father, and Ismark just takes a seat in a pew and just kind of like de-stresses as best he can. But yeah, you're able to talk to the father. What do you say to him? I mean, you can surmise it a little bit if you want. We could just try to talk it out. Like, Dravos,
Yeah,
did you
well-
tell the father something? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I told him to let my party know that I went to the Blue Water Inn
Okay,
because I had to go get my horse.
right.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, and like, unless you want to really have a narrative here, to where you guys converse with him directly, you can definitely gather that information. And if you want to talk to him further, please go ahead.
Before go ahead. I was just gonna mention,
No,
like, we already know where Dravos is, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was just going to ask about Irina. Tell us about her background.
You also got to keep in mind that Irina's not from this particular town.
So
Yeah,
it might
the
be better to talk about Isaac.
And then yeah, we'll ask him about Isaac and what the connection is between them. And then what was the guy that was with her? Was that Ismark?
Yeah, that's her brother or adopted brother in this case.
Adopted.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll just ask the priest about that.
He thinks hardly on it, and he's like, well, the only thing that comes to mind is Isaac didn't have a very wonderful childhood. If I recall the story correctly, I think his father and their uncle took him and his sister fishing on Lake Sarovich. This is in some time, like on the way back to town, they were attacked by dire wolves, and Isaac he had his arm bit off. Apparently, his father carried him back, but yeah, and the uncle distracted the beast, from what I heard. But the sister was never seen from ever again.
Do you know the uncle's name?
The module did not tell me. Yeah, it's
Just
very.
checking.
Yeah. He says I personally don't know, but yeah, out of character, the module doesn't have a name for. Like, I guess it expects me to come up with it, which I really don't feel like it. So I don't think the church person would know, but he knows details because people gossip, and they usually gossip around him a lot. So anybody that knew anything about it, he was probably one of those that heard the story, and he was able to relay that at least to you.
Then I'm gonna kind of point out to the group then after that, it's like, if that's true, our idea of him being highly close to Irina is possible because, well, if they don't know where the little girl went, and he remembers the little girl, and more importantly, he did say this to me when he picked me up, is that she haunts his dreams every night due to that incident, I think.
Interesting.
Hmm.
And if that's
sounds like a great idea.
Trust me, I thought it was.
so, from what it sounds like, it kind of is good and bad because it's good that we figured out that he might not harm her, but we don't know if he's gonna harm her because he's crazy as shit.
That is true.
Hmm.
I mean, I would prefer not to have Irina hurt because I would
If we
prefer
ever
to not rather.
if we ever find Ravos, I think that'll be where we end this session, and I got a scene for us right at the end. So Ravos, hang out, dude. We'll find you eventually.
Right.
Then,
Yeah.
now that we have this mind, let's make Ismark feel a little more calm about it. That now we have this connection because it might not be a bad thing. Because based off of that, what the priest told us, that was less traumatic in the sense of like Irina doing something bad and more of he couldn't save Irina.
I do have more information about Isaac if you want to hear more.
Please tell us more.
Well, apparently Isaac's parents, they were grieved by the loss of the little girl, and they, left him an orphan. And apparently he's gone a little and other children that ruthlessly mocked him, I heard he killed them. They made fun of his missing arm, but he was a big boy. He had no trouble, disposing of them if he needed to. And eventually I heard he got caught, but the Burgermeister took him in and forgave him of his crimes. And ever since then, he's been the right-hand man of the Burgermeister, enjoying the power of position and comfort of his master's mansion and all that good stuff.
Now, what you just told me terrifies me, but I have one important question then. How good of a captain of the guard is he?
Hold on, I got a visitor real quick I need to take care of. Take a quick couple minutes, guys, and I'll be right back.
So, who expected that Isaac would just somehow kidnap me and lead us to this giant scenario?
Nobody.
I mean,
But Julia, I
Yeah.
will say the Vistani camp that I am at is the one just south of the town you're in.
I'm gonna definitely stay in disguise then because I don't want them to know our
Right.
information. Also, I definitely don't want them to know that Esmeralda and Rictavi are there, so I'm gonna probably tell Baywin to go, or Alex and Baywin to go, and I stay because, well, if you remember how people kept saying in the rumors, the Steins are the eyes of Strahd.
Yeah, I think that's full of shit.
Have you guys been to this Vistani camp before? Oh, I take it that you said with a child or something like that. So you guys have been
Yeah,
here.
out of
Murdoch did most
character
of the
and
work.
out of game, Murdoch saved a child that was about to be sacrificed to a lake or some crap. And in doing so, we returned her to the camp that she was from. And it turned out that she was the daughter of the head of that particular Vistani group. And so we earned some like major kudos from them. So we're in real good with them. So that would be why I went into that area.
All right. I am back. Sorry about that.
But again, that's out of game and out of character. So
Right.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Those are like, if you want, there are past spots that we can always watch to check out that good information. But yeah, that's a good recap on it. Sorry about
yeah,
that
he was
delay there.
asking, so
Oh, no,
I figured I'd
absolutely.
let him know.
So
Don't worry about it.
bring me back in. What are we doing?
First off,
Finding
fighting
Dreyfus?
Well-
fighting Drabos, but also since we know a little bit more of the Burgermeister, I was still waiting on the question of how effective of a captain of the guard he is, because I was thinking like, is he fair or does he just murder everybody?
He kind of like shrugs. Like, I've heard some bad rumors, and I just told you the worst of them.
I'm gonna turn back to the party like, yeah, you remember how I told you about like he's probably, feels bad for saving Irina? It's very possible, but it sounds like he also is spiteful of her in some way. So we should definitely save her, or at least try to figure out what's going on after we find Dravos.
Didn't we approached by somebody that wanted him out of the way?
Well, I was, and we could try to get him out of the way through Irina, but as you saw what he did to Dravos, he is not someone we could trifle with easily. So we have to play smart.
Gotcha.
On top of that, at least we know one thing. I doubt Irina's gonna be in deep shit, I hope. I
Well-
say whispering because I know I'm by the priest and he'll call me out and I don't want to be caught in trouble by the
I'm sorry, did
angry
you say
priest.
something over there?
Oh, no. I said shirt.
He like holds out the swear jar. Are you sure about that? No.
Throws a coin in.
That's what I
But
thought.
anyway. So does anyone else have any ideas what we should do?
Blue
Well,
water and
that's generally it. The only other idea that I have is trying to get another entry into the Burgermeister's house.
Then
Because
how-
obviously, getting in through the front door is not gonna work this time.
Then how about this? If I get a short rest, I can scout it being invisible again. Maybe bounce around if I need to through spells. But we should
You
also try to
walking-
find Dravos on the way.
Are you walking to the tavern while you're having this conversation? Or are you
Yeah.
still at the priest? Alright. Just want to
I
check
think we're walking.
Yep, just trying to progress you guys a little bit. Alright, so you make it to the Blue Tavern or Blue Water Tavern, the tavern. Make it to the inn.
The tavern.
You make it there.
Mic
And
test.
yeah, you're here.
Yeah,
and-
my whole piece. Fuck, get yourself over.
Well, just don't throw it in the washer. It'll be alright.
Like I'm having to talk to you on my phone.
Alright,
Rip.
well, we don't worry. We haven't found
Damn.
you yet.
You on my phone, so my PC just crashed.
Well, just
Don't worry
turn
about it,
off and turn
Dravos.
it
We
back
got
on again.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
We'll talk to the tavern keep, maybe. He might have spotted it.
Alright, so you asked them about Dravos, and he said something about where you saved the kid or something. He'll be there. Where the kid is, I don't know. It's kind of cryptic. Are you kidnapping children?
No, he's talking about our old companion helping a kid out. I don't know if you remember Murdoch, the guy that kept drinking all the wine and also ordering all the, stuff all the time.
Oh, Yeah, the one I heard that busted a barrel. Yeah, we heard all about him.
Yeah, he's not with us anymore, so you don't have to worry about him busting more barrels. But
Yeah.
he's just talking about there. We'll just meet them there.
Well, good luck on your adventure. At which point, now you guys go to the Vistani camp? Question mark.
Yeah. Do you guys want to head now, or do you want to? I could have you guys go ahead, and I could take the rest and scout ahead in the manor.
Sure. I think that would be
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah, we could do that.
So I stay, and then you guys go ahead, and then I scout, or heading together.
Above table, I think you should all stay together.
Stay
You do you.
together.
All right. Well, I can
Look,
stay together. That's not a problem. Go ahead. Sorry.
Alexander in character would likely say that we should probably split up. It is the best course of action, as we need to know as much as possible about the
What
burger.
the fuck did the DM just tell you, you asshole?
Oh, wow!
I'm just playing how I'm sorry.
Oh,
Sure you
at least he's honest. At least he's honest.
Well, we already
Like, I kind of
saw
thought he did.
are. No, go ahead.
we don't want to split the party because of what happened at the coffin maker's place. Remember what happened there? Kind of split the party.
You are right.
Well, I don't think we should split the party. Even though Dravos is off on his own right now, we need to, as a group, go get him, and as a group, stay together.
All right. So
All right.
before you guys make it to the Vistani camp, I'm going to have a quick scene with Dravos real quick. Dravos, you've been drinking with these guys since you got here. And Annabelle just pulled out a deck of Taraka cards. And she says, soon, I'm going to be able to help you and your friends. And right as soon as she says friends, your friends come walking into the tent. Almost like she was waiting for it to be on cue.
And I turn and see them, and I look at her, and I'm like, in due time, young one, and I'm glad to see you are safe.
No, I'm
What?
serious. I'm going to be telling No, look, everybody, come here. All of you, thank you so much. Wait, new people. Who are these? Well, that must explain it. Well, come in. Yep, come on in here, you clowns. This girl's been chiping all day saying she needs to tell you guys something, and I definitely want to hear this. You should want to hear this. Aragorn kind of like tells you as he kind of like bosses the
Dravos
rest of your
would
friends.
walk over to Oria and be like, so I've been drinking a bit. You should probably pay more attention than me.
I just pat him on the head, like,
I don't think I'm gonna remember it all.
I just pull him over,
Been
just
here
like a
a
drunk
while.
guy, just like
All
putting
right.
this dragonborn's head on my shoulder and just go like, "You did fine. Just stick with me. It's nice seeing you again, leader of the Vistani. Sorry that Murdoch's not here. He had to take care of his badger friends."
So, the Taraka deck gets drawn out, and she flips 3 of the cards, and they are the same 3 cards that Madame Ava had revealed to you in the past. And she points to all of you. It's like, this here, you already know. Like, something happened, and I don't know what it was, but it's definitely very interesting that this dream came to me this morning, and it said you guys would be coming here, and that I'm supposed to give you the final reading. Like, Madame Ava wasn't able to see it, but I can see it now, and I want to do that for you. If you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Great, I'm going to get started here right now, and yeah, like I said, she puts out...
Treva, go to sleep.
Okay. And Dravos just put his head on Oria's knee.
All right, so
These strange cards.
they're called Tarakas. By the way, and this is me asking above table, do the new players, like I think I talked about it once, do you want to review a recap of what the first 3 cards were?
I would love that.
All right.
If I remember correctly, they
I got one
were-
person needing it, so I'm going to go ahead and go over it again.
Okay.
You got it written down? Great. So the first card on the left, this card tells of history. Knowledge of ancient will help you better understand your enemy. And revealed to you is the Five of Coins, the guild member. I see a dark room full of bottles. It is a tomb of a guild member. That is the hint. So moving on to the second card up to the north, it says this card tells of a powerful force of good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. The thing you seek lies within the dead under a mountains of gold. So the thing you seek lies with the dead under mountains of gold. And then the third card on the far right, I see a faceless god. He awaits you at the end of a long winding road deep in the mountains. The Seven of Swords is what was revealed. And basically this information pertains to the Sun Sword. Finally, she gets to the actual reading that she's excited about. And this here is what I get to reveal to you. And then she flips over the one on the bottom. And Horseman. Huh. He lurks in one place to which he must return, a place of death. This is where you will find Strahd when you must confront him. And then she taps to the center card. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. No, wait, I'm reading this backwards, ain't I? I read that backwards. That was supposed to be the last card. Damn it. Star, I thought you had this better done. No, I don't. Alright, so just think of that as being the second card. Alright, so the card on the south that she actually flipped was the Seer. And look for a dusk elf living among the Vistani. Hey, that's us! He has suffered a great loss and is haunted by dark dreams. Help him, and he will help you in return. And yeah, as that said, Aragorn's like, wait, they can't be talking about someone we know, can they? I mean, we do know a dusk elf living nearby. And then it kind of like pass it off while she finishes her reading, and she tells you where to find the source of the evil when you face him, and he lurks in the one place to which he must return, a place of death.
How would you spell a dusk elf? Something like that.
The dusk elf.
D-U-S-K-E-L-F.
Okay, just double checking.
Well, the only elf that we've encountered is Strahd's guy,
Rahadin, yeah.
Rahadin, that's it.
There's actually something more about this camp because you guys never explored it. But apparently there are dusk elves that live around here as well, like they're in the building.
And I would actually ask the Pisani leader, it's like, based off your daughter's description, is there a dusk elf particularly that you might have noticed that seems to be troubled?
Well, none of you are elves, are you?
Mm-mm.
No.
I am in half elf form, so I can just kind of go like, oh, I'm half elf.
I'm not sure how comfortable they're going to be seeing a woman after so many years. But then again, you're a half-breed. I don't know if they're into
on
that.
the floor.
But, so, have you ever heard of a woman named Patrina Belikovna? I could say words.
Not
Belikovna.
really.
Oh, she used to live here with her brother Casimir Velikov. Well, he still lives here, but she was stoned to death or something like that. He is very remorseful for the loss of his sister, and I don't think he's ever recovered. He's a bit of a dire guy. Like, if you want to go meet him, I mean, we can point him out, I guess, but
I think that'll help us out a lot if you allow us to see him. Why not, right?
yeah, what's the worst that could happen, right? You're just gonna stir up some
I
old
will
memories,
say
and he just
this
goes
above
crazy,
table.
just like the rest of them. What?
I will say above table, we should probably call it a day pretty soon. My meds are starting to kick
Oh
in.
yeah, yeah.
Things
This
are
is
getting
where I was going
blurry.
to end it because before you meet him, I'm going to make sure I have plenty of time to make sure I know where he is. He is here. I just got to find him, and I think I found him. But yeah, I found him. All right, cool. At any rate, this is the
Or
final
we could,
scene.
like, take a rest so that I could be
No,
coherent when we meet him.
no. Well, here's the thing. I got one more scene to tell you about, and then we're done for tonight.
Okay.
All right. So we're not going to go any further
I
here.
was saying that way my character could be coherent.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine where you are because right now I'm giving you a secret scene as you kind of go back to Ismart's bedroom or Isaac's
Okay.
bedroom. Isaac. Nah, wrong one. Where is it? And Irina is thrusted onto a bed, and she looks around, and creepily she looks at every one of these blink sea dolls that has some kind of semblance of her. And he kind of just hovers over her and says, "Every night I have had to put up with you just haunting my dreams, and I don't know why." And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. With a creeped out Irina looking at all these dolls that look just like her. And all she can do is say, okay. But want to
I
thank
did
everybody.
give her a heads up.
Yeah, you did. She's like, I guess she wasn't wrong, was she? So, yeah. All right, so yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better about our Curse of Strahd. So I think we're going to get a lot more out of it still. So stay tuned. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m., we're going to get into some more shenanigans. Tomorrow's my day off from D&D. I don't know what to do yet. So maybe I'll throw a straw poll up, and we'll see about doing an afternoon stream so we can earn some cookie clusters. So be sure to vote. Be sure to tune in. That way it's helping you and it's helping me. Also, Saturday is another one of those days where I'll do that. Friday, 5 p.m. Central. Don't have enough D&D in your life? Well, you can come and join us where we play with our viewers. And this could be up to just 5 people, all the way up to 17, I think was the max we had at one point. So a lot of people come in and play.
Like 20-something at one point.
Yeah,
But
and
it, like, quickly dwindled down.
yeah, because it's a patient game, so you got to be patient. If you're not, then it's definitely saying you can't make this game if you can't be patient. But there is a good storyline going. We have little old robot getting levels as a rogue. We got everybody else happy that Pickle Pete is back, and we are dealing with demons and devils. So Blood War stuff. How about that? Join us for that 5 p.m. Central on Fridays. Sunday is our sub-only campaign. So if you're subscribed to the channel, part of our Discord, you can link the two, and you can join us for sub-only Sunday as a player. So I have a sub-only campaign on Sundays you can join. That starts at 12 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7 p.m. We have campaigns that are staples. Trails to the Past, Elsperia. Whisper Hills on Tuesday, and then of course Curse of Strahd on Wednesday. Whew. A lot of stuff happening on this channel, and I can be grateful. With that said, may my friends here say goodnight to Twitch and Facebook. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night, Twitch. Good night, Facebook.
Good night, all.
Gute Nacht.
Good night, everybody, and come see us again.
And oh, Baywin, did you want to say goodnight?
Did you not hear me? I said good night, everybody.
Ah, I missed it. I was like, I want to hear it, but
Do you hear the calling? The chaotic calling. Stay tuned. We're gonna raid.